phones on silent mode. We will begin shortly. In the arena of dreams, where visionaries convene, stand bold, undaunted, where few have ever been. Chase not just the stars, but galaxies unseen. For it's the courageous heart that crowns you a king or a queen.
As we gather under the banner of IndiaPreneur, we stand at the cusp of innovation and ambition, where dreams are not just dreamed, but are forged into reality. Here, in the crucible of creativity, every idea sparks the potential to ignite change, emboldening us to envision a future crafted by our own hands. Welcome to a journey of entrepreneurial spirit where the only limit is the breadth of your imagination. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Aditya Mehrotra.
And I, Diksha Vatsode.
Welcome you all to the 13th edition of our flagship event hosted by Indira School of Business Studies, ISBS PGDM, IndiaPreneur 13.0.
We are thrilled to see such a vibrant audience here. This afternoon is dedicated to encouraging our budding entrepreneurs who dare to dream and build a better tomorrow for our society. Today, we are in the 13th edition of IndiaPreneur. Year on year, this mega event is organized by E-Cell of ISBS PGDM Arohan. From the past 13 years, ISBS PGDM has been receiving entries from top-ranking B schools, including IIMs, IITs, XLRI, ISB, and their likes, fighting it out for the coveted trophy of IndiaPreneur. Presentations are accepted virtually to overcome time and distance issues, even when the pandemic didn't strike.
IndiaPreneur is associated with various organizations who support entrepreneurship and believe in nurturing and growing the ecosystem of the city, like Confederation of Indian Industries, Young Indians, Pune Open Office Clubs, AIC RNTU, Viosa, Finletics, Cultino, Viral Fission, to name a few. Let us kickstart IndiaPreneur 2024, hashtag where resilience reigns.
Nelson Mandela once said, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." We understand that the journey of entrepreneurship can be very daunting, full of smiles and tears, hopes and fears. It is so overwhelming to see the youth taking this difficult yet thrilling path and aiming to contribute to Atmanirbhar Bharat.
On that note, we would like to extend a very warm welcome to our dignitaries. It's an honor to have with us our chief guest, Ms. Sharmila Oswal, the Millet Woman of India. Our finale judges, Mr. Rohit Dubey Patil, Director, Ora Nutrichem Private Limited, and Mr. Ashish Sardesai, CEO and co-founder, Viosa Learning.
We also have with us Dr. Pandit Mali, Chief Executive Officer, Indira Group of Institutes, Professor Chetan Vakarkar, Group Advisor, IGI, Ms. Madhuri Sathe, Chief Corporate Relations Officer, IGI. Dr. Kumendra Raheja, Head of ISBS PGDM. Honorable trustees, chief executives, directors, deputies, faculty and staff, and dear students.
We welcome you all to this brain-stimulating competition. A very special welcome to participating teams who have traveled from different parts of nation. This event is what it is because of resilient and zestful budding entrepreneurs like you. We wholeheartedly welcome you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing the dawn of a new era. An era where the resounding echoes of self-reliance reverberate across our land. India has emerged as the third largest ecosystem for startups globally with over 1 lakh DPIIT recognized startup across 763 districts.
At the core of Atmanirbhar Bharat is Make in India, initiative one that not only focuses on our own needs but those of others as well, driven by a strong commitment to make it easier to business in India. Startups are solving problems in diverse industry sectors spanning from IT services to healthcare and life sciences to education, agriculture and food and beverages.
Indeed, a mindset itself is undergoing a transformation. A new India that crafts its own 5G stacks, which invents and mass produces its COVID vaccines and lands near the south pole of the moon. With pride in our heart, let us celebrate the spirit of entrepreneurial India, our very own Atmanirbhar Bharat. Let us rise in honor of our national anthem.
Jana Gana Mana Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkal Banga Vinda Himachal Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jaladhi Taranga Tab Shubha Naame Jage Tab Shubha Ashish Mange Gahe Tab Jaya Gada Jana Gana Mangala Dayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He Jai.
Thank you all.
This year marks a remarkable 30 years of academic excellence at Indira, a journey that began with a visionary leap in the year 1994. Embarking from the humble beginnings of a single classroom, our expedition has been a monumental saga of transformation and growth, encompassing more than 15 institutions and enlightening over 15,000 students annually.
This odyssey, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, stands as a living tribute to our founding ethos, excellence with empathy, a principle passionately instilled by our esteemed chairperson and chief mentor, Dr. Tarita Shankar ma'am. It is this harmonious fusion of relentless pursuit of excellence and the cultivation of empathy within our hearts that has driven us to continuously elevate the educational landscape of our nation.
As we commemorate this significant landmark, we celebrate our collective achievements and approach the horizon with revitalized fervor and optimism. It is with profound pride and eager anticipation that we present to you the Indira AV. May we have the AV, please?
It was a really wonderful AV.
Indeed, proud to be an Indira.
Now may we request Kumendra sir to please lead the dignitaries to unveil the beautiful IndiaPreneur trophy. That's the beautiful trophy that the winner team will get along with the laptop. Dignitaries, please take seats on the dais. We would like to invite Dr. Kumendra Raheja to deliver the welcome address. Sir is a true leader who embodies a positive and collaborative spirit and also fosters in building great learning environment. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Aditya and Diksha. That was a lovely start. So let us put our hands together for Aditya and Diksha to do a wonderful start of the event. Well, a very good afternoon and warmest greetings to all present here. It is with great pleasure and excitement that I stand before you on this auspicious occasions of 13th IndiaPreneur event, the premier pioneering national business plan competition. Well, allow me to extend a very warm welcome to each one of you, dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries off the dais. Excited to have and delighted to have with us Ms. Sharmila Oswal, better known as Millet Women of India. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking time out and being a part of this event. We also have Mr. Rohit Dubey Patil with us, who's Director NutriCam. Thank you so much, sir, for taking time out, being part of this auspicious event. We have Mr. Ashish Sardesai, CEO and co-founder Sir Learning. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for being a part of this event. Besides this, we also have Professor Chetan Vakalkar, Group Advisor, IGI. We have Dr. Pandit Mali, CEO, IGI. The other chief executives, trustees, directors, deputy directors, staff members, participating teams, and my dear students. Well, this is indeed a very lovely afternoon, right? And I've been hearing the stories from the semi-finale judges right since from morning, the kind of amazing discussions they've had with the teams and the kind of amazing presentations they've had. I'm sure each one of you is eagerly waiting to know who's those top 5 will be fighting out here for that coveted spot and that lovely trophy, not to mention the laptop kept us beside that. Well, I'm particularly thrilled about one thing. What is it that has happened in the last 1 week? Something that possibly caught the imagination and caught the frenzy of every individual, not only in India, but around the globe. One thing that has happened around this very, spirit of entrepreneurship. Can someone name that? Something that is really amazing, something that has been catching the, frenzy. And our chief guest has just arrived from that particular event. Can somebody tell me what that event is? Absolutely great. So I'm extremely delighted to tell you that this is happening. This IndiaPreneur 13.0 is happening at the backdrop of the Startup Mahakumbh 2024 that saw the congregation of many stakeholders that comprise startups, investors, incubators and accelerators, the future entrepreneurs, foreign delegates and policymakers underlying the growing entrepreneurial ecosystem in the country. Notably, India has world's third largest startup ecosystem with over 100 startups already unicorn and many more in the making. Well, it won't be wrong to say that the startup sector has been flag bearer of India's success story and growth story. From around 350 startups in 2014, the number of startups have risen to over almost 100,000, as recently mentioned by my students Aditya and Diksha. This also reflects the growing clout of the sector, which is expected to employ millions in the next decades. Well, I can say that, and with a lot of assurance, all in all, a very promising story. Well, coming back home here in this auditorium, to give you some background, IndiaPreneur started in 2009, and we are in our 13th edition this year. Notably, since inceptions, IndiaPreneur has received more than 3,500 registrations, awarded more than 40 lakh in prize money and funding, have involved the expertise of more than 200 entrepreneurs in various stages. That's huge. And lot we owe to these entrepreneurs, those who take time out from their schedules and to evaluate the budding entrepreneurs and give them the confidence that they're almost ready to hit the world and almost ready to make their mark. All this has been possible because of the dedication of team working behind it. Now, it is the cumulative power of the platforms like IndiaPreneur combined with various other initiatives that has led to the exponential growth in the number of startups in the country. I'm very sure that the business plans presented here today will undoubtedly reflect the countless hours of research, brainstorming, and hard work put in by each of the participating team. It is through such challenges that we learn, grow, and develop the resilience needed to thrive in the world of business. To our participants, this is very important, and I'm sure you will be listening to this. To our participants, remember that today is not just about winning, but rather about invaluable experience gained, the connections forged, and the lessons learned, right? This is just one more milestone in your long journey ahead. To the distinguished panel of judges, your expertise, guidance, and keen insights will play an invaluable role in evaluating these business plans, ensuring that only the most innovative and the most impactful idea emerges victorious. Lastly, a word of appreciation goes out to our sponsors, partners, and all those who have contributed their time, resources, and expertise to make this event possible. Your unwavering support for the entrepreneurial ecosystem is commendable, and we are grateful for your incredible contribution. While I was coming in the morning, I was actually, in a habit of listening to various interviews, one of the interviews by Elon Musk. And one thing that hit me, I thought I'll share with you and possibly tell towards the end what is it the connection between the interview that I heard and those lines that I heard with what is happening right now. There was one particular interview where Mr. Elon Musk was asked, what motivates you? He was not able to understand. He said, I really don't understand what you're asking me. What do you mean by what motivates me? He said, okay, exemplifying it further, he said, you've achieved so much and you set so many goals for yourself. How do you keep motivating yourself in terms of achieving those goals? He said, what's this motivation all about? It's a simple mathematics. I've got a goal and I got to achieve it. It's as simple as that, right? And believe me, it hits hard. I know that entrepreneurs that we're talking about, the ones those who are sharing the dice here and ones those who are in the making are made out of this clay. They know it's not about anything called as motivation that they get to be here and to do things. It is more about what they are. It is about their own identity. And that's the reason why they don't wait for anybody to motivate them. It's just that they set their eyes on something and they go out to achieve it. And that's something that makes them what they are or what they would be in the future to come. Well, with that, I once again extend a very warm welcome to all the participants and congratulate each one of you for embarking on this exciting journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Your inspiring words have given a perfect start to this program. Moving ahead, we now have Dr. Pandit Mali, Chief Executing Officer of Indira Group of Institutes. Sir is a great source of energy who believes in preparing students to face world challenges and demonstrates a real meaning of commitment. Sir's calm and composed persona is what we aspire to inculcate in ourselves. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable judges, Ms. Sharmila, Mr. Ashish, Mr. Rohit, Madhuri ma'am, Kumendra sir, Chetan sir, Raji sir, my fellow directors, faculty, colleagues, student friends, and the participants. So once again, on behalf of Indira Group of Institutes and Honorable Chairperson who couldn't join today's event, I welcome you all to this 13th edition of IndiaPreneur 2024. And thank all the judges of the previous event and the judges for the finale also. Thank you so much for coming. Well, Indira has been doing it for the last 13 years. And what India has been doing for last 10 years is also amazing. The initiatives taken by Honorable Prime Minister Modi, Startup India, Stand Up India, now Made in India. So these are the iconic initiatives which have put India on the world map, and the competitors, told us just a while ago that we are now third largest startup ecosystem. We basically had that talent. We just wanted a will and an able leader, right? And at Indira, we all those 183 participants, they have that talent. We just want that guidance. Am I right? And such events are meant for that. Morning, I think about 21 teams presented, and 5 teams have now come for the finale. All those 16 teams, I don't know whether they are sitting here and witnessing the presentations. Are they all here?
Yeah, everybody is here because the results of those top 5 is yet to be announced.
Wow, okay, super. So I would say all those 183 teams, all those 16 teams which couldn't make to the finale, please don't get discouraged and don't get disappointed. We need to have a patience. Patience is the biggest quality, biggest trait that the entrepreneur needs to have, and that's what I would I would like to suggest. That please don't get disappointed. Your idea might not have been liked today by the judges, but it could be a great idea, and it happens that some of the ideas take some time to click. So I remember, yesterday evening, actually, morning, I was listening to this program on Big FM, Anu Kapoor's program. You all know this? Yeah? What is that program? Yeah, so it comes at 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay? It's a great program, and Anu Kapoor basically tells us the old, Bollywood stories. And he talked about one Bollywood story, and that story was about a movie, which was produced in Malayalam. It was about 40, 50 years back. So it was produced in Malayalam, and the producer wanted to remake it in Hindi. So he picked up a big actor from Bollywood, but somehow it didn't work, and the actor, withdrew. Then he took a very, less known actor. He kept the same heroine that he had in Malayalam movie, and he remade the movie in Hindi. He actually got that actor for over 1.5 months to that side of the country. They shot the entire movie in 1.5 months, and the movie was released. So in first 1.5 months, 2 months, the movie was a complete flop. Okay, on box office, complete flop. But 2-3 months down the line, the music of the movie picked up. And it was Rajesh Roshan who was the music director. And it was a movie which brought Rajesh Roshan into limelight. And the name of the movie was Julie. I'm sure you know the songs from Julie, right? So sometimes good ideas take time to click. It takes time for the customers to understand that the product is really very good and adopt. So all those who couldn't make to the finale, please be patient. Your idea is also good. And one day, it will make to the top. All the best. Thank you so much. I'll stop here because we have a long way to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom.
Before we invite our chief guest to address the audience, we request Mali sir and Madhuri ma'am to formally welcome and present a token of our love and gratitude to guests on dais. First, we have our chief
Recording
guest
in
and
progress.
finale judge, the Millet Women of India, founder, Basilia Organics Private Limited, and good mom, Miss Sharmila Oswal.
Now, we formally welcome our other finale judges. Director, Ora NutriCrem Private Limited, Mr. Rohit Dubey Patil. And our other finale judge, CEO and co-founder, Vyosa Learning, Mr. Ashish Sardesai.
We request all the dignitaries to please come forward for a group picture.
So the mementos.
Thank you, dignitaries. Please take your seats. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be."
We are honored to have Ms. Sharmila Oswal, Millet Women of India, as our esteemed chief guest for this momentous event. Ma'am's presence and insight are sure to inspire us on this journey.
Ma'am is a dynamic entrepreneur with a heart dedicated to change. From a small village in Maharashtra to a successful legal career in Canada, Ma'am's journey led her back to India in 2008, driven by the plight of farmers.
To address the challenges faced by farmers, Ma'am founded the Green Energy Foundation, introducing smart farming techniques to revitalize water sources. Additionally, she launched Good Mom by One Organic, offering delicious healthy snacks made from millet.
Teaming up with her son Shubham, Ma'am turned millet into a source of income for farmers, providing a sustainable alternative to traditional farming methods. Good Mom achieved a remarkable revenue of INR 16 crore last year, marking the beginning of a positive change.
Ma'am's story is an inspiring example of the impact business acumen and social responsibilities can have on communities. Let's celebrate her dedication and discuss how entrepreneurship can create lasting change.
Let's welcome ma'am with a warm round of applause. We invite you to address the gathering, ma'am.
Thank you. Indira ke IndiaPreneurs, is this right? IndiaPreneurs? Yeah. So, respected dignitaries on the dais, faculties, organizers, and friends here. Just now I came to know that there was semi-final and now there is a final. So, whoever are eliminated from that semi-final, so let's give a big round of applause to all of the participants who participated in this whole exercise. So whoever is eliminated, in fact, आज मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि इस देश का इतिहास ही ऐसा है. जिसको eliminate किया गया ना, उसने इस देश में इतिहास बनाया है. So हिम्मत नहीं हारना, and I am a very desi person, so I would like to have this combination of all this together because I speak every language. I speak Gujarati, I speak Rajasthani, I speak Marathi, I speak Konkani, I speak French, I speak Spanish. So whatever you are comfortable, we will talk with that. So Marathit चालेल, मराठमोळी माणसे आम्ही, मराठी आमचा बाणा. मित्रांनो, मी एका अत्यंत छोट्या खेडेगावातून आलेली आहे. अलिबागच्या जवळ 15 किलोमीटरवर एक गाव आहे. 15 किलोमीटर, दॅट इज पोयनाड, जर कोणी वडखळ आणि अलिबागला जाताना पाहिलं असेल. सो मराठी मीडियम मधून शिकून मन की बात जर कोणी पाहिलेलं असेल, 97 संस्करण, 100वा संस्करण, मी अलंकारित व्याकरण असं मराठी बोलते. सो डोंट गो ऑन माय ओसवाल, ओके? Okay, so, okay, come back. So let's have the combination. So what I want to talk to you today, you will have every day thousands of rejections, especially girls who are sitting here as a woman. Particularly me, you must see my show on Humans of Bombay. Are you aware of Humans of Bombay by Karishma Mehta? You see that show, Ghungat Se Harvard. So my journey, my education is after marriage, after having all this ghungat, because I'm from a Rajasthani orthodox conservative background. So after 12 years ghungat को उठा के 45 age में Harvard में 45. So age is just a number. अगर आपके दिल में तमन्ना है, जुनून है और जज्बा है, तो age की तो ऐसी ही तैसी. So when I was studying at Harvard, in my class, my old colleagues, they were like 20, 21, 25, and I was 45. So they used to call me mom, amma, whatever in a way. But we became a very good friends because it's more than an age, it's a synergy, it's a chemistry, and it's the vibes, okay? So all these entrepreneurs, upcoming entrepreneurs, I just want to share with you a few of the things. I'm coming from Startup Mahakumbh. I'm heading Center of Excellence for Smart Agriculture and Millets, that is Pehle India Foundation. Rajiv Kumar sir from Niti Aayog, you might have heard of him. Then I'm also on the board of APEDA, that is Ministry of Commerce, so on the policy side. Also Startup Good Mom. My son Shubham, he passed out from Ashoka University, Sonipat. And last 3 years, it's like post-COVID, we realized that there are so millions of death, and the reason was all about immunity, and food was the biggest reason. So we had many rejections, to tell you very frankly. And किसने सोचा था कि आपको एक दिन प्राइम मिनिस्टर बुला देंगे? I tell you, हमको ये से आसमान से नहीं उतरे कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने हमें गोद ले लिया हो. आज तक 5 मीटिंग प्राइम मिनिस्टर के साथ हुई. उन्होंने हर सेशन में एक दादा की तरह, एक फादर की तरह, like I'll just tell you, like he has a very unique ways. आपने exam warriors देखा रहेगा कि whenever children, he's giving the orientation on stress and how to write the exams. And with us, the way he spent time, first meeting when he called us to Delhi Parliament, he spent 22 minutes explaining, let's say, a products. Just I will give you example. બેન આમાં શું તમે વાપર્યું છે? આમાં બાજરો છે કે તો બાજરો ક્યાંનો છે? બાજરો અમરેલીનો છે, સૌરાષ્ટ્રનો છે કે ક્યાંનો છે? So that very peculiar way of Prime Minister having to understand your product, and startup Mahakumbh, from where I'm coming just now, he made Go Desi. Now why I'm giving you this example? No need that you are from some convent educated or very high class background or something, you are very speaking profound English. Nothing to worry. आप बिल्कुल इंडिया के, इवन महाराष्ट्र के किसी छोटे से गांव से एक मराठी बोलने वाले आप बिल्कुल आम आदमी हो सकते हो, एक आम स्टूडेंट हो सकते हो जिसे इस देश का प्रधानमंत्री मिलना चाहता है. It's a very big thing. I have traveled all across the world. पोइना डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर की भूमि है महाड़, जहां से मैं आई हूं. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लिखने वाले वो मेरे एक इंस्पिरेशन रह चुके हैं. वहां से मैंने जब सपना देखा कि मुझे बैरिस्टर बनना है, कसम से बताती हूं कि दुनिया की कोई ताकत आपको रोक नहीं सकती. आपका मीडियम, आपका लैंग्वेज, आपका बैकग्राउंड कुछ भी नहीं, क्योंकि आपका जज्बा ये डिटरमाइन करता है कि आप कहां जाने वाले हो. सो आपके जज्बे को आपको जगाना होगा. कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो ये सोचते हैं यार मेरे को ना बड़ा कंफर्टेबल सा माहौल चाहिए. कितने जने इसमें, लेट मी सी, कंफर्टेबल काम करना चाहते हैं, बहुत अच्छा लग्जरी लाइफ. अच्छा वहां आखिरी वाला है, बेटा तुम तो बिल्कुल सूट भी करते हो क्योंकि एकदम आखिरी हो, तुम एकदम आखिरी वाले ही इतिहास बनाते हैं. सो लेट मी टेल यू. अच्छा, सो आई एम वेरी ग्लैड दैट यू हैव बीन ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट. और कोई जो बिल्कुल कंफर्टेबली जीना चाहता है, लग्जरी से जीना चाहता है, लेट्स सी. और कोई हिम्मत है भाई? अच्छा वो उधर बाजू में भी है. और कोई? अच्छा यहाँ पे भी है. सो या वी अप्रिशिएट. ऐसे भी होते हैं जो भाई ठीक है दुनिया कुछ भी करे, हम अपना जिएंगे, जो भी है हम अपना करके ही रहेंगे. सो द पॉइंट हियर इज, स्टार्टअप की दुनिया में कुछ भी कंफर्टेबल नहीं है. यहां ना कमर तोड़नी पड़ती है 24/7. If you really want a lucrative, luxury, आराम से मूवी देखना है, सर ने तो अभी जूली का भी बताया, देखिए. So that is another very greatest example what he shared. So I want to share with you today. आपको frustrations रोज आएंगे, trust me. आपको कोई भी स्टार्टअप शुरू करने से पहले आपके दिमाग में ये रखना होगा कि फ्रस्ट्रेशन बाय डिफॉल्ट आपको उसको पूरी जिंदगी रखना ही है. अनकंफर्टेबल है ही, कोई भी कॉम्पैटिबिलिटी नहीं होगा, कुछ भी सही नहीं होगा. हर दिन उठोगे तो रोज मरना पड़ेगा, रोज, एक दिन भी ऐसा नहीं जाएगा. तो ये वो जर्नी है एंटरप्रेन्योर की कि आपको हर दिन सुबह जब उठेंगे तो हजारों चैलेंजेस से जूझना है. फंडिंग की लड़ाई हो, ऑपरेशंस की हो, सेल्स की हो, मार्केटिंग की हो, आपको टारगेट्स अचीव करने, स्टाफ भी है, स्टार्टअप का एक इकोसिस्टम भी चलाना है. ये सारी चीजें तब भी पॉसिबल होगी जब आपका डिटर्मिनेशन बहुत स्ट्रांग होगा. फ्रेंड्स, गुड मॉम की जर्नी 3 years ago शुरू हुई. 16 crores लास्ट ईयर किया. दिस ईयर वी हैव डन 25 crores. 70 crores वी आर डूइंग इन अनदर 4 months. 100 crore का वैल्यूएशन हो गया. We are just coming from Startup Mahakumbh. We received just 1 lakh rupee ka award as a token for helping farmers, Kisan Sahayata Award. Now, this all has become possible because of the ecosystem what we created. हमने कभी हार नहीं मानी. आपने जिस तरह से आज ये राउंड कर रहे हैं, आज आपने जो कंपटीशन किया, we also did in Bangalore. Let's say आया in Bangalore जैसे इंस्टीट्यूशन, एंड आपको मैं बताऊं कि रिजेक्शंस भी होगा. ये ट्रॉफी हर एक को नहीं मिलेगी. जिसको मिलेगी बहुत अच्छी बात है, बहुत आगे जाओगे. पर जिसको नहीं मिलेगी उसने ये सोच के नहीं सोचना कि यार ट्रॉफी नहीं मिली तो बस यार दुनिया खत्म हो गई. नो, नॉट एट ऑल. ये जितने भी लोग आप देख रहे हैं वो सारे फेल्योर्स है, और फेल्योर में से ही बाहर आए हैं. सो टुडे समराइजिंग दैट, आपके आगे एक बहुत बड़ा इंडिया, एक ऐसा देश है जहां स्टार्टअप की ये भूमि है, पुण्य भूमि है. आप देखिए स्टार्टअप महाकुंभ में गो देसी को मिले प्रधानमंत्री जी. जब उनके पास चार्ट गया कि किसे वो मिलेंगे, तो इमेजिन सारे बहुत हाईटेक को छोड़ के ही चोज गो देसी. उसे एक इंग्लिश का शब्द भी नहीं आ रहा था, राइट? एंड द वे ही एक्सप्लेन अबाउट द गोबर एंड द गाय एंड द गांव का किस्सा. सो ये देश बदल रहा है, भारत बदल रहा है. आत्मनिर्भर भारत की इस दुनिया में हमें कोई भी क्लास, क्रीड, डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं रोक सकता है। वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के लिए 1,000 करोड़ का फंड, नाबार्ड हैज डिक्लेयर्ड 1,000 करोड़ का फंड, 10,000 करोड़ का फंड इज डिक्लेयर्ड फॉर स्टार्टअप इंडिया, अटल इंक्यूबेशन, DPIIT। आप जैसे ही यहां से निकलते हो, यू हैव एन आइडिया, आपके पास अगर जैसे यहां से पास आउट होने के बाद, और मे बी ड्यूरिंग योर स्टडीज ऑल्सो, यू कैन रजिस्टर विद DPIIT, स्टार्टअप इंडिया का सर्टिफिकेट आ जाएगा, देन यू कैन स्टार्ट योर फर्दर प्रोसेसेस। बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, समंदर से भी बड़े, आसमान से भी बड़े, बस अपने हाथ को खोल दो। और जब भी फ्रस्ट्रेशन है ना, तो गुरु मूवी देखना। गुरु मूवी पता है, हैव यू सीन? वो इतनी बढ़िया मूवी है कि उसमें आखिरी में अभिषेक बच्चन का एक डायलॉग है, उसे 5 मिनट दिया जाता है, उसमें भी वो कहता है देखो मैंने उसमें भी 2 मिनट बचाया, ये होता है धंधा। सो हमें ज्यादा कोई कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज में ना जाके, वी शुड मीन बिजनेस। और ये वैल्यूएशन के घोड़ों में हम नहीं फंसना। ये वैल्यूएशन की दुनिया जरूर होगी, बट ट्रेंड्स आर चेंजिंग नाउ। VCs, इन्वेस्टर्स, वो सिर्फ लॉस नहीं देखना चाहते हैं, प्रॉफिट मेकिंग। सो प्रॉफिट मेकिंग इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। कैश बर्न जमाना गया। आपको लग रहा होगा कि अरे कैश बर्न करना ही पड़ेगा, करना चाहिए, नहीं। क्या मतलब, आपको ट्रेडिशनल कॉन्जर्वेटिव सोच भी आपको बहुत ज्यादा हेल्प करेगी। सो अब सारा फंडा बदल गया है, बदल रहा है, इन्वेस्टर्स की, VCs की सोच बदल रही है। सो उसी हिसाब से अपने स्टार्टअप आइडियाज को आप पनपने देना और उस पर काम करना। सो इफ यू हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ क्वेरीज, कंसर्न, आई एम वेरी मच देयर टू हेल्प यू ऑल। थैंक यू सो मच, लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड, विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट, गॉड ब्लेस यू, जय हिंद।
It is worthy to mention the quote of John D. Rockefeller, "Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great." Thank you, ma'am, for personifying this quote.
We would like to inform everyone that IndiaPreneur 2024 had attracted more than 150 entries from across the nation. These business plans were evaluated and 21 of them made it to the semi-finals. We today had semi-finale in the first half, wherein 21 enthusiastic teams presented their business plans presentations to the judges. But of those 21, 5 finalists team have made it to the finale.
Before we request our dignitaries to take seat among the audience, may we please request all of them to come forward and announce the 5 finalists. The team members can wave their hands and acknowledge the announcement.
So here we go. By the way, I just want to know if they all know and they have attended the same. No, they don't, right?
They have attended the semi, but they don't know who are the 5 those who are going to come.
Okay, but any clues? They must be feeling that.
We can ask them.
है ना?
Semi-final judges.
Clue तो कोई होगा? No clue? Clue के लिए मेरी तरफ से millets. Okay, so here we go. Team TGP Bioplast.
TGP team.
Okay. So this is Team Muropan Cattle Health. There's the team. Congratulations.
Okay, team Stim Light.
Okay, so this has got to do something with recycling. Team Recube Recycling.
We kept this name for the last, a very wonderful name. Any guesses? Team Maverick Air Turbine.
I just couldn't see any one girl amongst all of you. Startups में
Some of the teams are also interestingly split and there are multiple events. Team members could be a girl. Maybe not here, maybe somewhere else.
We will be now commencing with the B plan presentation. Please allow us couple of minutes to clear the stage. Students, please settle down.
The time given for presentations is 20 minutes, followed by a Q&A of 5 minutes. There will be a warning bell at the end of 15 minutes and a conclusive bell at the end of 20 minutes.
Students, please settle down.
Congratulations to all the finalists. Our first team is TGP Bioplast Sustainable Packaging Solutions. May we have you on stage and to present your business plan, please? Thank you.
Team का अच्छा आते
Shall I? Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Indrajit Nikam. I am co-founder of TGP Bioplastics. We are an award-winning startup working in the field of eco-friendly plastic alternative. We all know plastic packaging waste is one of the major environmental challenge. If governments are trying to ban, they are adding taxes on it. People on the other hand want a low-cost solution which has the same quality that of normal packaging. TGP Bioplastics has combined both the benefits of this. We have made a plastic from plant-based cornstarch that has same strength with lower carbon footprint and is affordable compared to normal or any other biodegradable plastics out there. These are the granules that we have developed. These granules are basically raw materials for making plastic packaging. These are melted and formed into packagings like carry bags, garbage bags. Our focus has been on industrial packaging, where we have provided to many big MNCs till now. The packaging was proven so hygienic that it was used in sanitary pad, where one company, self-help group of women wanted to make 100% compostable sanitary pads. The end layer of sanitary pad is a non-transfer layer, or backsheet it is called, as it's a hydrophobic layer which is intended to not pass any liquid out of it. We have tested with Indian standards and it was proven that it was hygienic enough to work in that environment, and we succeeded in that as well. Till now, we have been approved by Kirloskar and John Deere, two of the prominent players. Apart from that, there are other companies as well. We have used at Willow Pumps, one of the MNCs working in the top 10 MNCs globally in pumping. Mumbai flood pumps are made by Willow Pumps. We have replaced their packaging. When any company, any automobile company makes any part, they are made at some other location and they're assembled onto their assembly line. In that transit, they're packed into plastic, but the waste onus comes to the assembly line. Every waste is generated there. So part by part, these companies wish to replace their packaging and eliminate plastics from their assembly lines. These are some of the actual photographs that we have developed at pilot. There are 4 main benefits anyone gets who uses our packaging. It has lower density, nearly 10 to 15% low density, which means that you get 10 to 15% more bags per kg of the raw material. So let's say you get 100 bags in normal plastic, you get 115 bags by our plastic, which per piece price is again gets lowered, which saves more than 5 to 10%. There is another reason, I'll tell you why the cost is saved. We have exemption over recycling. We don't need to remelt it again. We have to throw it into composting bin, that's it. And there is another exemption of thickness limit. Normal plastic, you might have heard that there is a thickness limit, 75 micron. Now it is increased to 120 microns. We don't have any thickness limit. So we can produce at 60 microns also, whereas others have to produce at 75 microns, sometimes 120 micron thick film. So per kg they get more number of bags, we get higher number of bags. And last is that we have lower energy consumption. Our processing temperatures are lower, because of which the energy required for production is lower, because of which the carbon footprint is lowered. This has been independently validated as well. We are a B2B company. We sell granules to packaging and manufacturing industries, and we sell bags, pouches, covers, etc. to product industries, as I mentioned earlier. Automobile, because we are situated in Sangli district of Maharashtra, which is adjacent to Kolhapur and Pune, where automobile industry thrives a lot. The average cost can be around 200 rupees a kg with 20 to 30% gross margin. And we have recently started, in November 23, we started selling it commercially, and we have got around 8 lakhs of revenue till now. With the help of Department of Science and Technology and a subsidized loan given by them, we are establishing a plant which will enable us to manufacture 800 metric tons per annum that might be functioning by the end of this month. We are 3 co-founders, all from engineering background. Karan and me graduated in 2018, Tejas in 2019. After that, we started full-time working onto this product for last 4 to 5 years. And now we have a team of around 13 people. Some are masters in biochemicals, biopolymers, some are MBA mechanical engineers. It's a diverse team that enables us to keep us running with our stage.
Till now, we have got very prestigious customers, small companies, big companies, all. We have got many grants and awards from Government of India, Government of Maharashtra, and United Nations as well. But the biggest achievement that I feel our company has made is that we have repeat sales from the industries that we sold this material. So with this vision, we want to enable industries and retail customers to switch on to eco-friendly packaging without cost being a barrier in between. Our journey is a reflection of our thoughts. Thank you.
It was a wonderful, I mean, you know, your ideas and this startup is really good. And it is the, I think, very biggest need of the hour. So now the world where we are talking about global warming and climate change, I think this is going to solve the solution. So I want to ask first, actually, probably I missed on that. What is the material you use? I mean, from what you make these bags?
So we use a blend of some materials. Major material, one of them is starch that is made from corn, and there are some other biochemicals that are made as a byproduct while making sugar or while making biodiesel also. So it's a blend of that.
So you referred about the menstrual, I mean the sanitary napkins.
Yeah.
So have you checked on the, the menstrual hygiene? Because if you see nowadays, that is the biggest concern on the plastic.
Yes. So we have checked for all the requirements that are there. There is a test called as cytotoxicity testing, where some drops of bacterial culture is put on this film, incubated for a certain period, and it is observed whether it is growing or not growing. It should not grow, and we have passed that test. So after that only that self-help group used our material and given it to their customers.
That's a very good thing. You must make a proper documentary evidence out of it. And I'll give you one suggestion. There is a Singapore-based company. They have used algae, you know. So I think it will really help you for that.
Yeah.
And it's a great initiative. So you are going for any food packaging, options also?
Right now we have not used this in any food packaging because there are a lot of certifications that is needed for that. Initially we are going with those products where lower number of certifications required. Once the revenue reach to a certain point, then we can diversify in.
So you are profit making?
Right now, we just started in November 2023. We are not right now profit making. Revenues is around 8 lakhs only. Actually, this is all on lab scale machines that we are doing. So there are more expenses than there are revenue. It's just that we are serving customers to make the line working.
Yeah, B2B, it will take time and even margins are always low, but volumes will give a good profit coming for maybe few years. So just have patience.
Yeah.
It's a great initiative. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have 3 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
1, what is the cost benefit analysis as compared to the usage of plastic?
Okay. So let's say you are getting one bag for a normal polythene bag. You are getting in 1 kg 66 bags. You will get 90 bags for my product.
That's understood.
So that's one thing. There you say 4 to 5%. So 100 rupees you are giving for that X number of bags. You will give 95 to 94 rupees for my bags. That's a cost benefit.
6 rupees you say per kg?
Yeah, per kg. With the current norms, the norms are increasing now. The thickness limit has increased. So that will go to 20 to 30% reduction in price. But right now it is 5 to 6%.
Okay. Yeah. I'm happy with the concept that this kind of a material is developed. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you look at B2B and from a scalability perspective, I'm asking you. Since I'm not an engineer, hence I'm asking you this question, could be very basic also. But various industries require various kinds of dimensions in terms of the packaging material.
Yes.
Okay. So how can that be managed? with this material that you are producing?
Right. So industries, for an example, even John Deere and all this, they need bigger size because engine components can be as big as like this also. 42
Much
inches.
bigger also.
Yeah.
So I'm only looking at it from a scalability perspective.
Of course. So there are machines already available that can make this sizes, whatever sizes you want. We have extruded bigger sizes like 40 inches, 42 inches also. Size is not the issue. The chemical composition is the main thing. Everything else is normal only. This has already been taken care. Any size you can make. That's not an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the kind of profit margin that you are looking at once it goes into, right now it is on the test phase.
Yes.
But when you get into a commercial production, what kind of profit margins can this project
Right.
get you?
Okay, so gross profit margin right now is around 20 to 30%. Once the plant gets established, we're expecting it to 40%, net at 15%. And we are also increasing some product lines with the product being same but in specialty packaging industries. We're adding very small some chemical changes. We are getting big margins because the products itself are selling at high cost. So that's where the margins can be even higher than like 40% also. But for normal films, 40% gross.
40% gross margin.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't get your name quite well.
Indrajit.
Indrajit. It's a fantastic concept.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I have a few questions.
Yes.
In fact, I have many.
Yeah.
So, you spoke about sustainability and cytotoxicity.
Right.
In this case, because this is my subject,
Yeah.
how do you define sustainability?
Okay. So three things you should have for being sustainable. People say paper is sustainable, but it is not because you cut trees for that. Something should be renewable. Whatever you are adding, we are doing starch. Starch is renewable after every 4 months. So we are renewable. It should have lower carbon footprint, which means that paper again have higher carbon footprint or plastic in per se. So it should have lower carbon footprint. And third, it should be biodegradable. Once it is thrown, it should not be having any toxical effect on any of the organisms. So this plus this makes something sustainable in the
What is
package.
the biodegradable period for this?
So in 84 days, it degrades to more than 90%. There is a test ISO 1708. These are some of the images.
Yes. Now you claim this to be sustainable, but if you look at it, you are doing it from cornstarch.
Yes.
Now, corn is a heavy water consuming crop.
Right.
Correct? Now, if this has to create an impact, because when we talk about sustainability, it has to be inclusive of sustainable farming as well.
Right.
And that's the feed for this.
Right.
Now, because you stay in Sangli is an area with a lot of pomegranate. Why you did not think of good bioplastic from pomegranate peels, which is any which ways a waste?
Right.
Because cornstarch will go into cattle feed, starch will go into human feed as well. Why not look at alternatives which are anyway going to be wasted? Will not that increase livelihood for farmers as well? So why only cornstarch?
Yeah. So while seeking which raw material to use, 4 or 5 years back only when we started working on this, waste materials are not available that much. India needs 25,000 metric tons per day plastic. So it is not possible from that. Second, waste needs a lot of refinement in itself, which adds the cost, and it doesn't have appropriate properties. For example, these pills, you cannot make them hydrophobic without doing some chemical reactions, whereas starch can be made into whatever size and shape you want. Starch, I agree, is a water consuming crop. There is no, to the best of my knowledge, we cannot, this is the least harming material out there. I cannot say it has zero impact. It has the least possible impact. And why starch? Why not potato? There are other, there's sago starch, potato starch, etc. Because they're wholly used for making food items. Whereas cornstarch right now also is used for non-food applications. For example, in Johnson & Johnson, you might have heard, they use this starch powder. It is used for textile industry as well. So it is least possible that government will have some bans or repercussions on this kind of starch. And it is right now also made amply. In Sangli also, in Miraz, there is a plant which makes 180 90 metric tons per day. So it's already scalable. That's the.
So sometime when you are back in Pune again, we'll exchange numbers.
Sure,
I
sir.
will also introduce you to a girl from Sholapur.
Okay.
She's come up with a fantastic bioplastic out of pomegranate waste.
Okay.
And she really saw a cause because she wants to increase the income of the farmers.
Okay.
Also, I mean, by utilizing the waste. Now, between natural and sustainable, where do you rate your product? Whether it's a natural product or whether it's a sustainable product?
So 50% of the weight of this material is plant-based. It either comes from sugarcane byproducts, it either comes from biodiesel byproducts or starch itself. Rest 50% is another biodegradable polymer called as PBAT. To rate, here I'll say 5 out of 10. And sustainability and scalability, I'll rate it at 9.5 out of 10 because there's no other scalable material that I see.
Do you have a chemical composition of this by any chance?
Yeah, we have patented, no, not here.
Not here. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it from my side.
Thank you.
Wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
Wow, it was indeed a great idea. This is definitely a start to a sustainable environment and an eco-friendly world.
Thank you.
So we'll call the next team up on the stage. Next, we have Murappan Cattle Health.
Can we have you guys on the stage, please?
They are there?
Over to you guys.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Aryan Donga. I come from Gujarat, and today I'll be presenting my startup More Open India Private Limited. So we work towards cattle healthcare consultations, and to start with the problem that we bring today. So mastitis detection is the topic that we are working upon. So bovine mastitis is an udder infection that happens in cows very frequently. And we have come up with a solution that can detect the presence of mastitic bacteria in the milk itself. So starting with the problem, India ranks #1 in milk production in the whole world, but still our per capita requirement is not met in several of our states, and the export share is also very low. Even being having the largest cattle herd in the world, India has a very low per cow milk yield, where the global average is at 2700 kg per cow, while India is still at 1800 kg per cow. There are various factors that affect this milk production, of which some include the spiraling feed cost as well as disease outbreaks such as the lumpy skin disease. But one of the major factors is bovine mastitis, which is an udder infection. It causes inflammation in the udder of a cow, and by the stages it increases and can lead to complete udder failures in the cows, making it a very difficult disease to treat because of no visible symptoms available in the earlier stages. The farmers have multiple diagnostic methods available, but even though 60% of the cows worldwide are still infected during the monsoon season, which is its peak season. The available diagnostic methods in the market include CMT as well as Draminsky. The CMT is a testing method where the chemical reagent is mixed with some amount of milk, and the result is based upon the reaction that happens and the resultant composition of the milk as well as the reagent. The problem is it is a chemical based test, so every time the milk sample is wasted, it has high chances of human error where the amount of reagent added can vary, as well as it can cause the error in result interpretation from one human to another. It also costs a lot, where for an annual cost of about 50 to 70,000 for a farmer having just 80 cows. The another method available is the Draminsky milk checker, which is an electronic based device. It has more reliability, but the problem is since it's international product, it has high amount of initial investment, where the product cost is at 40,000 currently, and the importing tax and duties are separate from that. The another problem it faces is as you can see, the display is in numbers, and you have to make some amount of calculations in order to find out the result whether the cow has the disease or not, which makes it difficult for the average farmers, but also it's not very we can say time efficient, where it takes some amount of time if you have a large farm. So we introduce our product Mesticence, which is also an electronic device. It has high precision. It can detect the disease at its very early stage when there are no visible symptoms. It is very pocket friendly, and it is very user friendly as well, where we have two LEDs that can directly indicate to the farmer whether the disease is present or not. Comparing with the other available products in the market, our product is the most convenient for the farmer to use, as well as being the most cheaper alternative when compared in a long run. For about 1 year, we have the lowest amount of cost attached. Coming to the market size, we are operating from Anand, Gujarat, being the milk capital of India. It is also our beachhead market, and just considering the Kheda district alone, we have 12,000 dairy farms in the district. And overall, in Gujarat alone, we have 3.1 million dairy farms. So this dairy industry has a huge potential and a big gap to fill. Sorry. Okay. So the customer segments that we target vary from all the way from small scale dairy farmers to large scale farmers, dairy MNCs, as well as cooperatives, where we are currently in contact with multiple cooperatives such as Amul, Banas and Sabar. Now, the dairy MNCs are a big customer of ours, where Gujarat alone houses the 3 of the largest dairy cooperatives in India and in Asia, which is the Banas dairy, which is largest dairy in Asia in terms of milk production itself. The product validation that we conducted, where we went to more than 250 farmers, went to their farms every week around our vicinity, and we evaluated more than 20,000 samples, where we came up with the hypothesis and compared our device with the other 2 available methods, the CMT as well as the Draminsky, and we came up with the inference that our device has earlier detection when compared to the other commercially available methods. The pricing plans that we are focusing on is, the first one will be the prepaid subscription model, where the fixed cost of 7,000 rupees is for the initial first year, where the farmer will get unlimited amount of test for the 7,000 rupees. From second year onwards, he has to pay a fee of 0.5 rupees per test according to the farm, where for a farm of 100 cows, he has to pay an annual cost of just 2,400 rupees. Our second model is a service-based model, where we provide services to farmers that want to either try our product or don't have enough money to make the initial investment, where we provide per cow plans, where we can send our representatives to conduct the testing at the farms. This is the projected revenue, where we reach our break even in the first quarter of second year. We are acquiring our funding so far through various government schemes such as SSIP itself. We have acquired about 3.8 lakhs so far, and we will be looking forward to various government organizations such as BIRAC and the Department of Animal Husbandry for further funding as well. We are currently in talks with IHAB as well as USEC for incubation help. And this is our current team. I am a BTech third year student in Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. Our mentor, Dr. Ankita Singh, is a dairy microbiologist, and Mrs. Supriya Shetkar is our MCA who helps us with the financials. So, thank you everyone. This was More Open, and with the motto of Gau Swastham Rakshatu, we aim to convert the dream of better cattle healthcare into our reality. Thank you.
What's your name? Naam શું છે તારું?
Aryan.
आर्यन. Okay, so it's a गो स्वास्थ्यम रक्षतु भारत देश की एक्चुअली सबसे बड़ी जरूरत है आज की तारीख में. So what is the meaning of this मुरोपन?
મુ ગાયના માટે કે ગાયનો અવાજ plus ropan is healing in Sanskrit, so
ropan.
we want
Ropan
to
is
heal
yeah,
cows.
it's a Hindi word also, ropan.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a, I mean, how you got this idea? Because you're from Anand?
Also, the current conditions, like my grandfathers and their family, Mara Mama and everyone, they are still dairy farmers and agricultural farmers. So every summer vacation and winter vacations I visit, there is at least one cow at all the times in my eyesight. So I've seen this happen. I've always wondered what the disease was. Once I moved to Anand for my bachelor's, I found my mentor, Dr. Ankita Singh. She was working on a similar product, and when I came in contact with her, I got to know how this happens about the disease as well.
Today, I will share with you something very interesting fact. In the United States of America, 98% people are not drinking now dairy milk. You know the reason? The reason what you presented now,
Yes, ma'am.
that is the biggest reason. So this kind of issue, which is causing whatever hormonal issues, even now the women population, PCOD or estrogen levels. So this is something a need of an hour. And India being like the agriculture country, dairy is the, I think, prima facie, the biggest and largest.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
see yesterday's news, Amul has started the first export
Yes.
overseas, right? So you have a huge scope for this particular, concept. And I'm very glad that, with this Go Raksha, you would be doing ahimsa. You are coming from Mahatma Gandhi's state. So I think that's very nice. So is it you see the scale in upcoming how many, like what is the time duration you see that 1 year, 2 year, once you, let's say you get a funding.
Yes.
In another 1 to 2 year, if you get funding, what is your that in another, how much duration this would be able to get scaled up?
Currently, we have our customers identified and already in contact. So to scale up, we just need to start the manufacturing. And we have, as I said, Amul, Banas, as well as Sabar in contact with us. We even have Dynamics Dairy here in Baramati. So we have these cooperatives in our contact. We also have farmers contacts from Anand district as well as from Punjab. So we currently have our customer segment in contact. We just need to start the manufacturing.
Have you met here, like let's say Shivamrut is there in Maharashtra, Varna is there in Kolhapur, Mahananda is already been taken over by, actually Amul's founders are involved there. So have you done some, study in Maharashtra?
In Maharashtra, as I said, the Dynamics Dairy was the only one we have contacted so far. We are looking to contact more and more dairies, but we want to at least start with Gujarat itself first.
I will give you some connects, very good connects, because I think you will have a very good direct, and what funding you are looking for?
Currently, we are looking for about 10 lakh to get our production started. So the only thing that we are waiting for is the molding plate. So once we have that, we will be good to go for large scale manufacturing.
So you are ready for angel investor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so meet us, okay?
Sure.
Thank you.
So Aryan, what is the sample sizing that you have done on this?
So we have evaluated over 20,000 samples so far.
Okay.
And we have reached over 250 farms. What we used to do is we used to go to particular farms every week.
Okay.
That showed us the time period. So we used to monitor each and every cow with their ID. So we used to note down like this cow, this ID, and we will have a weekly data of the cow. So weekly we chose because that's the time period recommended by veterinary doctors to test for mastitis. So we used to go there every week and perform this test.
So my question is something different. With one single machine,
Yes.
what is the sample cow size in number that you have
Okay,
tested?
so one machine for one cow, sir.
One machine?
Yes.
One cow. How many machines have you made?
Currently we have 11 working on fields right now.
So 11 machines, you are testing 11 cows.
Yes.
At a time. And then you change the machine when you say the number is more?
No, sir. The thing is, the machine, it's not like we use on one cow and it's done. It's basically the electronic device, right? So when I say one machine per cow is like, for one time when you want to test,
Correct.
you have 4 quarters, you have to put 4 milk samples from the cow, and then you have to evaluate it. So for every cow, you can use the same machine, but it will take time, that's all.
Okay. Now DMC, why did not you think of, simplifying the data of DMC? Because DMC is a more matured process if you look in terms of gathering the data.
Yes.
I've used DMC myself.
Okay.
DMC is a very matured machine. Now, wouldn't it be a better idea to simplify the data of DMC if we leave aside costs?
Yes.
And actually making it in vernacular language so that farmers understand, because that gives a very comprehensive data to the farmers.
So the thing is, when using that device, they have two methods to test. Either the threshold goes above a point or the difference between two quarters goes above a threshold.
Correct.
So those two things, the farmer has to do it by himself. And again, it takes time for each sample. And when we went to the field, we concluded that our device had better sensitivity when compared to Draminsky.
When you,
so the
when
levels
you
they
mean
have.
better, sorry, I'm interrupting.
Yeah,
When
sure,
you mean better sensitivity, what does it mean?
So basically, when we took our product to the field, we didn't set any particular threshold for like positive and negative.
Okay.
We just were taking the numerical data. So similarly to Draminsky, right? So if they say 220, we will see what our device is saying. We will compare it, and then we will confirm whether the cow is misdiatic or not. So in Draminsky, there was some, according to the current thresholds that they have set, sometimes their device was saying negative when the cow was in fact positive. So like it's very early stage, but it was still positive.
So you mean to say that you are able to detect it at an early stage?
Yes, sir.
And what is the detection mechanism that you use?
So we basically we use two electrodes to measure various changes in the composition, which indicate the change in somatic cell count. So the absolute factor for measuring mastitis is the somatic cell count.
Yes.
And if it goes beyond a threshold, so the threshold is like 3 to 4 lakhs. So if it goes above that, then it's called mastitis.
You actually have a killer product. I'm seriously telling you.
Yes.
Ma'am would refer you to an investor. If you're looking for an investment, I will invest in the company. Seriously.
Thank you, sir.
I am a farmer myself, just out of passion.
Yes.
I have filed a patent for, there's a lot of plastic and metal waste that our cows eat, and that's
Yes.
a bigger problem. So we have developed a magnet which is stuck at the rear side of the cow, and it attracts all. So the blades and all that are eaten by the cow don't tear them apart. So sometime if you are in Pune, you please visit our office.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
show you a demo. And I'm very honest, if any investment is required, I don't know, sir, whether it is allowed to announce it. Yeah, please, you can always
Thank you, sir.
come to our office. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
I wanted to ask you, 3 founders are there, right?
Yes.
3. So what is your pattern, the shareholding pattern?
So currently I'm at 36. Our mentor is at 34. We had another partner that was at 15 and Mrs. Supriya at 15. Another partner left recently, so we are rearranging it.
Why partner left recently?
So basically, so far our team was all of students, and she was also one of the students. She was in 4th year. She just graduated and she had some other plans for her.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I think you have a wonderful product, no question about it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Tell me, once you launch this product in the market,
Yes, sir.
how difficult it is for somebody else to create a similar product?
You would say, sir, the major factor would be the amount of research went for finding the threshold as well as the amount of parameters that are needed. So if they have a large enough team, I would say it is quite replicable, but we have filed our provisional patent for the method of detection itself.
That is good. That's one. Secondly, how will you scale it up?
Yeah, sorry. As in the...
How will you scale this entire usage of this product?
So majorly, as I said, the dairy cooperatives are major.
So will the dairy cooperatives buy this, or the farmers buy? Who will buy it? And what is your revenue stream? Is the product your revenue stream, or is the testing your revenue stream?
So both. So for the first year, when we sell the product, it's a complete sell. So for 7,000, the farmer will have the product. So that's the first revenue stream. From the following years, he has to pay subscription fee based on the amount of test he do. So for the first year, it's the product. From the second year, it's the prepaid subscriptions.
So are cooperative societies your target segment?
Yes, so they will be basically the providers to farmers. So when I say
So you will, if you have to create a distribution, if you have to create a distribution system, what is in your mind? Will you give it to the cooperative societies to further sell it to the farmers?
yes, sir.
Is that something there in your mind?
Yes, sir. So the problem is when we consider the Amul, the area under Amul, right? What Amul does is none of their farmers do the test themselves if they are at a medium scale about less than 50 cows. They don't do the test themselves. Amul sends their representative to conduct the tests, and the equipment for testing the CMT test is all provided by Amul itself. So there is no way we can convince the farmers to take our device by paying extra money, right?
That's what I'm asking.
So that's why we are targeting the dairy cooperatives. So the dairy cooperatives will take from us, and since they have a larger product order, so we can subsidize the rates for farmers as well.
Okay, dairy cooperatives will buy and they will give it to the farmers.
And if there is a large scale farmer who needs a product, so the farmers that we can directly target would be about 80 or 100 cows or more than that. So only they are willing.
Got it. The SOM that you had put was 80 million.
Sorry?
SOM,
Yes, sir.
the one of the slides.
Yeah.
It was 80 million, right?
Yes, sir.
Basis what have you arrived at? Number of devices?
That's the 80 million dairy farms in India.
Go back to that slide.
Yes, sir.
Quickly. Last question. TAM was 80 million.
Yes.
SAM is 3.1. So 80 million is the number of farms you are saying.
Yes, sir.
Cooperative societies.
No, 80 million dairy farms. So we can directly say it's basically 80 million devices.
Okay.
We are considering per farm they will be purchasing one device.
Okay. Converted it to revenue for the next time. So it becomes very easy for anyone to understand. You can reach out to me for any kind of a help in terms of distribution reach, creating a distribution plan. That's one. Secondly, in terms of positioning this entire business value proposition, I'll be happy to support you.
Thank you, sir.
आपको तीनों जजेस ने इतना पॉजिटिव दिया है, सो आई विल गिव यू वन मोर सजेशन. सी प्राइस सेंसिटिव, इंडिया इज अ प्राइस सेंसिटिव मार्केट, और फार्मर्स 50 तो जाने तो उसके पास 100 भी रहेगा तो वो नहीं करेगा 7,000 रुपए का डिवाइस. सो आपकी स्लाइड में मैंने देखा कि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर इज मिसिंग फार्मर्स वेलफेयर. सब्सिडीज जितनी है, और अपना देश जो है ना ये कृषि प्रधान है. एक प्रपोजल भेजो, मुझे भेजो, आई एम हेडिंग स्मार्ट एग्रीकल्चर. सो प्रपोजल भेजो, लेट्स ट्राई दैट. हम इसे सब्सिडाइज कर सकते हैं. सो अगर हम इसे सब्सिडाइज कर सकते हैं तो आई थिंक फार्मर्स इसे ज्यादा, मतलब उसे कोऑपरेटिव पे डिपेंड नहीं रहना पड़ेगा. है ना. गोधन गो रक्षा तभी होगी जब किसान इसे अफोर्ड कर पाएगा. तो उसके लिए भी हमें इक्वली प्रयास करने होंगे, है ना.
मैं बस आपका आंसर करना चाहूंगा.
जी.
वी आर कंसिडरिंग सच सब्सिडीज एज वेल फॉर द फार्मर्स, लेकिन जो करंट फार्मर्स है वो ऑलरेडी जो CMT टेस्ट मैंने बताया वो अराउंड 450 पर बॉटल जाता है 500 ml का. तो उनका एनुअल कॉस्ट, अगर 80 काउ का फार्म है, उनका एनुअल कॉस्ट जाता है 50 to 70,000 डिपेंडिंग ऑन विच कंपनी दे चूज. तो इवन मिनिमम कॉस्ट वो एनुअली भरते हैं 50,000 का. एंड दिस इज लाइक उनको 2,400 है उनका एनुअल कॉस्ट अगर सब्सक्रिप्शन पे जाते हैं. लाइक फर्स्ट ईयर 7,000, फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट ईयर ही हैज टू पे लाइक 2,400 एवरी ईयर. सो इट्स ऑलरेडी वेरी चीप.
अरे भाई, और
I
एंड
think she also means the capital.
yeah, exactly, initial investment also. And भाई, you are coming from Gujarat. बन्ने मोटा भाई बेसेला चे त्या 2 मोटा भाई you have, right? सब फ्री कर देंगे वो, फ्री. Thank you.
थैंक यू मैम.
Thank you so much. In a country where cows are considered so sacred, thank you for coming up with an idea for their welfare, which benefits us also. Wonderful presentation, wonderful product. A huge round of applause for it. Moving ahead, we have Steamlight Varicose Vein Socks. Are these guys present over here? Yeah. Over to you guys.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vishwaraj, the co-founder of Stemlight, a smart calf sleeve that helps in the easy and remote management of varicose veins, venous complications, and venous edemas. Few years ago, my father, who's a food cart owner, he came home one day and started complaining of swelling and discomfort in his legs. When the pain started increasing, we had to consult a doctor because we were worried due to his high blood pressure. And soon we found out that he had varicose veins. What seemed like a common issue quickly started impacting his daily life. His normal activities such as running, going to his friends, setting up the food cart, serving to customers became increasingly challenging. He even had to elevate his feet using multiple pillows during sleep to prevent swelling. Things that were once taken for granted were now an actual task for him. So we consulted different doctors, consulted different products, and we realized that just like my father, there are more than 60 million individuals in India who are suffering from venous complications. And the funny thing is, 70% of these complications can be fixed or prevented by an increased blood circulation. And if these complications are left unchecked and are left to be aggravated, they can lead to venous ulcerations and sometimes can even lead to amputations. So much so that 5 lakh amputations in the last year were solely due to venous ulcers. Now, imagine a world where foot complications no longer hinder your mobility, where you can walk, run, and live your life to the fullest without the constant worry of pain or limitations. Keeping that vision in mind, we have founded Stemlight, a smart calf sleeve that helps in the easy and remote management of varicose veins and venous complications. Our calf sleeves continuously monitor your calf muscles for inactivity and for bruises and inflammation, so that it can detect whether you have a venous ulcer or not and make sure that venous ulcer never has to clinically manifest. Anytime a venous ulcer is detected, our calf sleeves automatically kicks in a session of electrical muscle stimulation, increasing your blood circulation to your lower limbs. This is a venous ulcer development system. So in the stage 1, you can see that there is some inflammation in the calf region. What that means is that it's a hotspot. And if a hotspot persists for over 30 years, we consider that as a risk score, and then we determine by the temperature that a risk score is this for venous ulceration. And we notify this to the user and the podiatrist. But that's not it. That's just notifying you. What will you do after that? Notifying users is just the beginning. We also increase blood circulation throughout your lower limbs throughout the day. So make sure that your legs have ample blood circulation so that there is no blood pooling and there is no risk of venous ulceration or varicose veins. We are maintaining healthy blood flow 24/7 by measuring the vibrational intensity of your calf muscles, which is called muscle output. I'll come back to that in a second. And our product promises a 5 times increase in blood flow velocity, thereby increasing the rate of recovery in your lower limbs and your venous ulcerations. Our novelty lies in the AAEMS system, the Adaptive Automated Electrical Muscle Stimulation. What we are doing is we are checking the vibrational intensity of your muscles and checking whether the muscle is being overused or not. Keeping that in mind, we are able to make sure that your blood circulation is ample, your muscles do not get overworked, and your venous ulcerations or inactivity never affects your lower limbs in the first place. By that, we are able to make something called the end-to-end management system for varicose veins. Whether you're a stage 1 varicose veins patient or a stage 5 varicose veins patient, I have the answer for you. I can tell you 30 days before the clinical manifestation that a venous ulcer might be there. I am 90% more effective than any other competitor in the market in terms of varicose veins or foot ulceration. And I'm 77% more easy to use than any other product available in the market. So to test these numbers, to test the efficacy of our technology, we did a proof of concept study on 60 participants. And there we found out that our product is 3 times more effective than compression sleeves for day-to-day use. Compression sleeves are those which are being given to patients by doctors on a daily basis for varicose veins. And we have an average increase of blood circulation by 4 times the normal rate, which makes sure that there is no blood pooling and your veins are always healthy. Currently, the global foot complication market stands at rupees 7.1 trillion rupees with a year-on-year growth rate of 8.2%. For India, the number stands at 360 billion rupees with a year-on-year growth rate of 8.9%. And for Delhi, our beachhead market, the evaluation stands at 18 billion rupees. Currently, we are only targeting audiences who are suffering from varicose veins stage 2 and up. And moving forward, we'll be looking forward to working with stage 1 and stage 5 varicose vein patients as well. Our calf sleeves are 77% more effective than compression sleeves in the first place, and they're easier to use. TENS and EMS machines, while as effective as my product, they require you to learn about the product through and throughout, and even then there's a risk of overstimulating your muscle. Teaching your muscle that this stimulation is not enough, thereby leading to more problems than solutions. Oxygen therapy and intermittent pneumatic compression, while they are clinically certified and they are best for you, they cost you 10,000 rupees per month on minimum, and they require multiple visits to the clinic. We plan to sell our calf sleeves through various channels, and we'll be selling in packs where one pack will be 4 pairs of calf sleeves and 2 sensing units, and another pack will be 6 pairs of calf sleeves and 2 sensing units. We have already established ties with the Indian Podiatry Association and the Diabetic Foot Society of India to make sure that we hit the ground running as soon as we go into sales. Our customer acquisition strategy starts with the Indian Podiatry Association and its vast network of 4,000 plus podiatrists across the country. So we have raised till now 1 CR from various grants. We have raised 30 lakhs from the SISFS, 25 lakhs from Pontac VC, and then Nidhi Prayas, Meet Tide, and any grant that currently is being offered by the government, we have it. We have also initiated ties with the Sun Life Health Insurance so that our product can be recommended to their users on a much regular basis. And this is the team that backs Chimlight, with me handling product research and development, Akinjan handling software development, Ananya handling business development. On the medical side, we have Dr. Amapal Singh Suri, the president of the Indian Podiatry Association, Dr. Rajiv Koval, podiatrist and MD at Dr. Koval's Diabetes Center. And on the business side, we have Mr. Aditya Sharma, whose last company was acquired by Walmart for an exit of 90 CR. We thank you all for being patient with our pitch, and we open the floor to questions.
Very nice innovation. So, have you patented this or in the process?
Ma'am, everything is patented. It's currently in paid pilot, actually.
Okay. So I think you have done a good homework. You have a very good team. So I think what is your, planning in another 2 years, 3 years? What kind of, revenue you have in mind?
So, ma'am, revenue centric, I genuinely want to just sell about 7,000 to 8,000 units in the next 3 years. But more on that, I don't want to just do that. That's a number that I want to hit, but I want to be the household name for varicose veins. I want to be that if you have stage 1 and if you have stage 5, people say, boss, Timlight le le, ye ho jayega. I want to be that person. So that's my goal.
That is very good actually, because, it's like you want to be like har ghar mein, you want to reach that. And varicose veins is a very common. So I want to ask, like cramps, like, many, especially women, they get cramps. So
Yes.
Is it for cramps also in the calves? Then even diabetes people have, you know, a lot of like.
Diabetic neuropathy,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So are they all applicable for this?
So, ma'am, while diabetic neuropathy and foot ulcers that come from that are applicable to this, we haven't went into it because the diabetes is a very hard market to get into, first of all. Second of all, while it can work for cramps, I'm not going to deny that. Cramps also have some other factors like dehydration and hormone changes that take into play. So, while it can work for them, I would say that you should use something that is more catered towards it. Varicose veins is, I can tell you that from stage 1 to stage 5, I am the one who can help you.
Right. And you have a diabetic association also.
Yes,
right?
the Diabetic Foot Society of India is basically a society where when we were going with foot ulceration, diabetic foot ulceration, we went to them and they told us that this will be helpful for those who have varicose veins and who might have a chance of venous ulceration. This is the thing about diabetes patients as well, that they are more prone to diseases that you and I are not.
Right, right. And what you're planning to raise now?
So, ma'am, currently we have an open round of 5 CR. We are planning to raise 5 CR so that we can finally have a manufacturing plant of our own. And after that we are trying to go into different products. The next product that I'm thinking of is a smart patch which will help you relieve stress and anxiety.
Oh, so on mental health.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So this 5 CR, what you're planning to raise, how you're like, you know, like, let's say, why you need this kind of, how you're going to spend this 5 CR?
So, ma'am, currently the 1 CR that we have spent about 70 CR not 70 CR, sorry.
70 lakhs.
70 lakhs. We have spent 70 lakhs in development, and the 30 lakhs that we have left, we are going to try to brute force this into sales. Now, for the next 4 CR that we get, I'm going to try. For 1 CR, I'm going to use this to get this product out into the any clinic that I can get to. When I say clinic, I mean any podiatrist clinic that I can get to. By that, this is how I'm going to go with Indian Podiatric Association, where I'll be giving them free units to each and every single doctor of them, and just tell them कि boss तुम एक काम करो, तुम ये रखो, अपने patients को बस एक बार use करने के लिए दो. मुझे तुमसे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. I don't care for money, I don't care for anything else. तुम बस उनको बता दो ये product है, use करो, and अगर अच्छा लगे तो they can buy. That's all on them. That's what I want to do with 1 CR. And the rest 3 CR, 1 CR will be for operation, the 2 CR will be for marketing and sales only.
खुद का कितना लगाया है? Like, what is your own investment?
Ma'am, खुद के मेरे 10 lakh रुपए लगे, and Akinchan and Anane both contributed somewhere around 20.
Good, it's a very innovative product and really appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I really like the product. What's the technology in the product?
So the technology is basic EMS. So EMS is nothing but electrical muscle stimulation. So what we are doing is we are sending electrical impulses in your calf muscles, which is triggering it to contract and relax at a certain interval, which increases your blood circulation without you having to move. What that does is that the locks that are made in varicose veins, if you ever seen varicose veins, actually I'll just show you. So if you see in varicose veins, you see these blotches that are on the leg. Now that varicose veins is nothing but your valves. They are not able to push out blood down and take back blood up in the right amount. What I'm doing is I'm forcing it to open. I'm forcing it ki boss, ho gaya. You have to go down now. This is your job. That's what I'm teaching your muscle. But there comes a time when your muscle starts getting smart ki nahi, ab to this is not good. That's when I have come to vibrational intensity. This is called muscle output that we have termed it. Muscle output, as long as you're at 60% of it, you're fine. Your muscle won't react. Your muscle won't adapt to it, and your muscle will be okay. Your muscle will be like, okay, I can take this. And we are just going to play with that. We are going to just keep it at 60% at all times, so that make sure it doesn't adapt to you, and also your product is working fine throughout your lifetime.
So whenever an electric stimulation has been used in the body, at whatever part of the body, there has been certain side effect on some other part. Have you done the side effect study of this?
Yes, sir. So arises when the people have heart monitors or anything or pacemakers attached in their heart, and people have some restrictions. Ki you shouldn't use electrical muscle stimulation on your body if you have pacemakers. Now, to contradict that, we did a study where people with pacemakers, with their consent, we gave them very minute levels of electrical muscle stimulation in their calf muscles, only in calf muscles. We did not go anything above that. We never do, and we saw no changes. With their consent, we went on to the normal level of stimulation that we currently provide to every single user that we have, and again there was no issues. So as long as we are beneath the calf, and as long as it doesn't directly interfere with the pacemaker, it was fine. But other than, if you go up, let's say that you're trying to stimulate your vagus nerves. Vagus nerves are here, or your cranial nerve, which is somewhere around here. That is when it's going to be hard for the pacemaker to work properly.
No, I'm not saying that. See, basically, varicose veins is a trigger mechanism of body. Okay, you have very high amount of inflation, which then gets converted into varicose veins. That is my understanding. So correct me if I'm wrong. And that amount of inflation, when the body starts giving out, and you're stimulating it using electrical device, what sample sizing again have you done to check the side effects? What amount of side effect studies have you done?
So, sir, current studies that I have the data for right now, it is up to 200 patients, and we have never seen somebody complain of pain in their legs until and unless we went above the threshold range that we have set by our algorithm. Now, when you say that varicose veins is inflammation, while that is correct to an extent, I'll just add on to it. So it's not inflammation; it's just your valves not being able to work properly. Yeah. Every muscle in your body has a valve which is allowing it to pass blood through it.
Okay.
Your valve is not working properly. It is not able to detect the amount of blood going down is not equal to the amount of blood going up. What I am doing is I'm just forcing it. I'm just forcing it open. I'm just telling it ki okay, the amount of blood that is going down is also the amount of blood that is supposed to go up. That's all that I'm doing, and that is the safest non-invasive way that I could come up with EMS.
Why did you think of an electrical stimulation? Why not a magnetic stimulation, which otherwise also works better with legs?
I'm sorry?
Why did you think of electrical stimulation instead of a magnetic stimulation? Because overall, if you study the foot market, the most successful technology to handle any ailments with the legs has been magnetic. Why you did not think of a magnetic?
So as we move forward and in different things, we have seen that TENS and EMS are becoming more and more known, and the studies are being done more and more. So that is not just for me, but that will also build trust in between you. Let's say that I tell you, okay, my product is using TENS and EMS. If you're an educated individual, you're going to go to Google and you are going to search, does EMS work with varicose veins? There will be 70 articles stating yes, it does. Now when it comes to magnetic stimulation, it is popular, but as times come forward, people want the more advanced thing. People want the more new thing rather than something that was old. That is why we went with electrical stimulation, not with magnetic stimulation.
Good, interesting, very interesting. Which are the regulatory bodies which would give a go-ahead, since it's related to some kind of a medical condition?
Yes, sir.
So which are the regulatory bodies you have identified which would endorse this, that this is not harmful to any human being in any severity of the problem?
So, sir, for that, there's a regulatory body of CDSU. Now, CDSU in one of their notifications has termed TENS devices or non-invasive TENS devices, which is my principal device, as a Class B medical device. All I have to do is prove to them that A, I am a Class B medical device, and B, the maximum allowed potential that I allow through my app and through my product is safe for human beings, and for that they'll run a test on their own facilities on their own, on my cost.
So have you done, have you progressed
Yes,
in
sir.
terms
Yes,
of
sir.
getting because see, if the regulatory body does not authorize it or does not give the required permissions, then you may not be able to actually take it forward.
Yes, sir.
So prior to raising your fund, don't you think getting the regulatory body authorization is more important since it's related to medical condition again?
Yes, sir.
And then you raise the fund so that the investors who want to invest are very sure of that, yes, this is something which will go through.
So the thing is, when we went to raise funds before, we didn't go to a CDSO because we did not have a product with us. The development.
Yes, now you have a product.
Now we have a product, but obviously I couldn't go then. The second thing is that CDSO only cares that if you have a Class B medical device, that you can prove that you are as safe as another Class B medical device. So with that in mind, we ran tests. The 60 patient study that you see and the 200 patient study that I told you about, everything was done, and another study on those same patients were done with another device which is CDSO approved. I just wanted to make sure that I wanted to go through a medical pathway, the regulatory pathway properly. But if I want, I don't have to do anything. I just have to give a 510K notification कि I am equivalent to this product, and this product has been given this authorization. I am able to sell. And then CDSO only have to do one test on 40 to 50 patients.
Correct. I understand what you're saying. What I'm only trying to say is that if you have that kind of a regulatory go-ahead, it will become much easier for you to reach out to the investors.
Yes, sir. So we raised 1 CR in last 2 months. In November 2023, we stopped our 1 CR run, and from that we have only worked on regulatory pathway. We have a regulatory consultants, and currently one of my founders is with somebody who's helping him set up the strategy.
How will you stay ahead of competition? How will you stay ahead of competition?
Sir, ahead of competition is simple, that compression sleeves that are being given to you by doctors on a daily basis, they're not as...
Going forward, how will you stay ahead of competition?
How will I stay ahead of competition?
Yeah.
So the first thing is that I have learned, there will come some people who will try to copy me. That is one thing. But it depends on how big they are. If they're big enough, they won't have the time, they won't do the time and money to copy me. They just acquire me. And if they're small, then obviously I don't have to worry about them, because the amount of time it takes us to catch up to me, I'll be much farther.
And if they're medium?
If they're medium, so tab dekhte hain, aur kya kareंगे?
How will you stay ahead of competition?
So,
think about it. Very important. See, all of you guys are coming out with good products, but one very important aspect of business you are missing out. How will you stay ahead of competition, and how will you ensure that you reach out quickly to the market that matters to you, and you establish your credibility during that time, because the competition will take time to establish that credibility. Okay, so this is something that I wanted to tell you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Just to know, what is your background?
I'm a BTech biotechnologist from
Biotechnologist.
Yes, from NSCT Delhi.
Today I want to tell you that judges also learn from, startups like you actually. So it's a great thing that we also learn.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A disorder that is prevalent in 30% Indians is surely something that should be brought to light. Thank you for coming up with a product that elevates suffering. So moving to our next team, so we'll call upon stage Recube Recycling Printer Cartridge.
Are you guys ready?
Sorry?
Okay. Over to you guys.
not there.
Hello. Hello everyone. My name is Ravi, and I'm the founder and CEO of R-Cube Recycling Private Limited. And before starting this presentation, I just have one question to ask you all. And the question is, you all must have used printers like this at your office or maybe at your home as well. So the question that I want to ask you is, what you do with the printer cartridges once you are done using it? We have this tendency, we buy this cartridge, we use it, we refill it, but there is one time when we have to throw these cartridges or discard this cartridge. How we do that is somewhere I want to focus more on. There are two things that can happen. The first is we buy, we use, we refill, but when it comes to discarding it, we throw it in the dustbin. Or being an responsible institute, responsible citizen, what we can do? We give it to the e-waste recycler for recycling. In the first scenario, what will happen is, printer cartridges, the cartridges that you throw it in the dustbin, it is going to end up in the landfills. So in the second scenario, you think that it will end up in the facility somewhere, e-waste recycling facility, and it will get recycled. But let me tell you, in either of this scenario, it is not going to get recycled. That's a harsh reality. I'm just talking about I'm just talking about the scenario when we were not into existence. So what happens is, e-waste recyclers, extract the plastic and the metal parts from the printer cartridges and generate revenue out of it. But there is something called powder-like substance which is called as toner powder. And this toner powder cannot get recycled using the traditional recycling process. The revenue that they generate from extracting the plastic and the metal parts gets utilized in destroying the toner powder. So those, even they are a profit-making businesses, then why they will recycle any segment of e-waste if they are not making profit out of it? So thus they avoid recycling this thing. They give it to the informal sector or they throw it in the landfills. And that's the scenario we want to change. So let's talk about how much, एक printer cartridge, कितना discard होता होगा, right? This is the actual figure. In 2020 alone, in the single year, 64 crore kgs of printer cartridges were generated. Less than 2% was actually collected and recycled. There are 312 e-waste recyclers in India, and no recycler wants to collect this segment, particularly for recycling. This is not just the scenario of India, not just Asia as well. Entire Asia, Africa, and Europe, there is no recycler who is actually recycling this segment. So we are the only company which has started this thing. We have started in India and in Bhutan, our recycling services. And the products that we are making out of it, we are selling in 7 different countries. The solution that we have come up with is, we know that this e-waste recyclers don't want to recycle this particular segment. So we approach these e-waste recyclers, they don't have to do anything. They are already collecting this material, they just have to give it to us for recycling and we will pay them. That's how their motive of making profit. We are fulfilling that, and we are getting the sources for, we are getting the raw material for recycling. So another problem that we are actually solving is the prints that you can see in your hands. That print is made from the recycled toner. I told you, there is, this waste toner powder cannot be recycled using the traditional recycling process. We have developed a recycling process using which we convert that waste toner powder into the reusable form. The prints that you can see in your hands is made from the recycled toner. So, and every single gram of the toner powder which is used in the printing process in India is, made from the toner powder which is imported from other countries like China, Japan, Korea, or Taiwan. So these are the only countries which are manufacturing the toner powders, and we are providing an alternative to it. Indian government has been doing many things like Swachh Bharat and Atmanirbhar Bharat, and we are actually contributing to both of it. By recycling the waste toner cartridges, the segment which no one wants to get into, we are recycling, we are actually contributing to Swachh Bharat. And by providing an alternative to the imported products, we are actually contributing to the Atmanirbhar Bharat. We all must have heard about a company called Kodak which is into manufacturing of the cameras. This company is also into manufacturing of the toner cartridge, remanufacturing of the toner cartridges in the European market. And the CEO, like during this lockdown when we were not having much to do, we were just making posts, we were making videos and posting it on LinkedIn. The CEO of that company approached us and they want us to recycle their collected toner cartridges. And let me tell you one thing, in India, we are collecting and recycling 30,000 kgs of printer cartridges, wherein this company, sole company, is collecting 2 lakh kgs of printer cartridges every month, which is 6 times what we can recycle here in India. That's the kind of opportunity. And I'm not talking about the entire country or the entire state. I'm just talking about one company who is collecting this thing. And we know 6 to 7 different countries, one is in Spain, one is in UK, one is in Australia. So we know these companies who are actually collecting these cartridges and we are remanufacturing. And they are our potential clients. So we started these operations in 2018, and even before us, there were so many e-waste recyclers who are already there for decades, but still they were not able to recycle this thing in a profitable way, and how we are doing it. So, as I told you, they extract the plastic and the metal parts, but when it comes to the toner powder, they destroy it or they give it, they destroy it. Wherein we convert that waste toner powder in our recycling process, we convert that waste toner powder into the reusable form. We put it in the cartridges which can be used in these printers, or the cartridges like this which can be used in the photocopy centers. So I'm very proud to say this. If you are from Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata or Bangalore, and if you are making any black and white photocopy, there's a very high probability, 80% probability that you are using my product. That's the kind of coverage that we have achieved. And there are 312 e-waste recyclers. You give your cartridges to any of it, it will end up in a facility for recycling. In Bhutan, if you give your cartridges to any company, not just company, any individual, it will end up in a facility for recycling. We started this thing in 2018 with a capital of just 8,25,000 rupees, and with that capital, we made a total revenue of 4.38 crores till 2022. Last year, we made a total revenue of 2.5 crores. This year, we have already crossed 4 crores. And creating this this was something of the financial part, right? Let's see how much impact we have created. We have recycled more than 50,000 kgs of printer cartridges, more than that, and have reduced the imports by 10.5 crore rupees. So for the things that we have been doing, we have been recognized by many institutes, government departments and ministries. To name some, I'm a graduated startup and I'm Kashipur. I'm currently incubated at IIT Kanpur and I am Kolkata. We received a grant from Ministry of Education, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. We also received a grant from Swachhta Startup Challenge and from other institutes as well. So we also got opportunity to meet PM Modi twice in the past 6 months, and for the things that we have been doing, we were invited for that. So creating this kind of numbers, creating this kind of impact requires a team. So we are a team of 40 people, 30 people in India, 10 people in Bhutan, and the core team includes Ravi Rauria, Mahesh Rauria, and Bhumi Arsora. I handles the sales part, domestic and international. Mahesh Rauria, CEO, he handles the operation, cost control, and quality control, and Bhumi Arsora handles the marketing and the point of contact. From 8,25,000 rupees to, from 2018 to 4 crores revenue in a year in 2024, we have we have made, the journey has been amazing. So now we are looking out to raise funds of 2 crores rupees, out of which we have already received the commitment of 1 crore from 2 of the angel investors from Jito Network. So yeah, that was thing. And the 2 crores funding that we are raising, we are going to utilize majorly on developing the facility and the recycling process. So let's compare 2022 to 2023. We started our operations in 1 more country. We started exporting our products in 6 additional countries. Our recycling capacity has increased from 20,000 kgs to 30,000 kgs. We have received a request for the recycling services from many countries, like to name some 12 different countries from Asia, Africa, and Europe. So that was from my side. Before ending this presentation, I just have a small request to all present here. We have started with one of the, we are already making profit, we are making revenue, but one thing that we want to do is creating awareness. And for that, I request all of you who are using printers, we as a CSI activity, we have started one thing, where we will be providing cartridges and we will be taking it back for recycling. If you go out for refilling, it will cost you 350 to 400. But at a price of 300, what if I give you a new cartridge every time? The only condition is you cannot throw that cartridge after using. You will have to keep that cartridge. The reason why we started this thing was the numbers which we analyze. Like India has a population of 140 crores. Bhutan has a population of 7.5 lakhs. The collection of the cartridges in Bhutan is 10 lakh kg a month. In India is 10,000 kg a month. In India it's 30,000 kg. Can you see the dynamics? Like, kitna bada difference hai? So we want to reduce that difference. And how we can do that? By giving incentive for collecting these things. So that was from my side. I'm open for questions. Thank you.
Good, Ravi, good presentation. So by default, you're Guju or Marwadi for sure.
I'm Gujarati.
So my first question is, you have a lead investor?
Yes. Actually, they are not the lead investors. They are looking out for another investors.
So you are registered under GIF?
Yes.
Jito Incubation. So you have taken incubation or
We have taken the
funding?
incubation center, incubation support. We took this 1 year back, but in middle we were like, okay, we can we are already making profit, we are already making revenue. We were like, we can sustain ourselves. So, but the demand that we are getting, like right now, I have a stock of 1 lakh kgs at my facility.
Where is your facility?
My facility is in Mumbai.
Where in Mumbai?
Virar.
Virar. Okay.
So it's a.
So how come you didn't come in Startup Mahakumbh?
Sorry.
Startup Mahakumbh, your incubation was there. So because there were 5 startups from the GIF. So didn't you apply for that?
Actually, one of the incubation center where I am incubated, other than this 3 incubation center, I am also incubated at, like I told you, like the first seed fund that we got of 1 lakh rupees. That was my first incubation center. That was of my college.
Which incubation?
COEI, Center of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. It is in Villapalli East.
Okay.
So I asked them, but due to some reasons, they couldn't apply my application. But I was there in Mahakumbh with the UNECO and the other startups.
So you were there in Delhi now?
Yes, I was there in Delhi.
Okay. Which pavilion you were?
No, I visited there. I was not as a...
Ajay, you didn't showcase. Yes. Because what your need is, I think if you know now, from Jito Incubation, we have done for all 5, I think. So I think this was a great opportunity for you actually.
So 2 of the angel investors which I talked about, we connected with them. Other than a GIF network, I was not aware that he is a part of a GIF. So we had this discussion, we pitched this thing and they were like, okay, valuation is good, we can invest this much. And last में उन्होंने बोला कि okay, आपको और भी funding चाहिए रहेगी. So there is a GIF वाला platform कि मैं वहाँ पहले से participate as an incubator.
What is the valuation?
20 crores.
20 crores, okay. So in mind, do you have any plan for pre-IPO?
Yes.
You do?
But not right now. The 2 crores that we are going to raise, that is going to develop, like we are going to make a facility for that. But that facility is not sufficient enough so that we can directly ask HP, Samsung, Canon, become big giants which are into manufacturing of the printers. They are obliged to collect these printer cartridges because of the EPR norms. So any company which are manufacturing or importing of the electronic material, they are supposed to set their EPR targets. And the target of HP is 70 lakh kgs this year. So they will have to collect this kind of cartridges from the consumers. So for that, they pay us for recycling. Right now, we are paying other e-waste recyclers. But when we have this facility set, we can ask HP to pay us for recycling their materials.
So have you come across the tenders for under the e-waste, like Maharashtra government itself facing lots of, so have you tried for that as well?
The problem that we face over there is, as we are the sole recycler for this material, we go out for, we apply over there, and because of the norms, they only, like if there is only one bidder, they cannot give it to them. So because of that reason, we are unable to collect the material from them.
Okay, meet me.
Sure.
Commission fix, huh?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
So, good. I think the numbers and everything looks very, very attractive. Okay. I haven't done a due diligence, so I may not be able to speak anything on that, but if this is all true, what you are saying, what kind of funding, and are you raising equity participation or debt funding?
Actually, we are looking out for debt. We are interested in that because we know we can repay it.
Correct.
But the problem here is debt funding with our issue. So
Why would you have an issue with such a wonderful,
this numbers we have made it to like this year 4 crores ka number. but
audited numbers?
Huh?
These are all audited numbers that you displayed?
Yes, audited numbers.
Okay.
So the problem that we faced last year was we had this personal expense which में कुछ कर दिया था because of like we bought a property, we bought a house, उसमें हमारा coverage निकल गया, वो एक issue हो गया था. Because what we felt कि if we are doing something good, at least we deserve to stay in a good house. So we bought a house, so उसमें coverage निकल गया था. So next year, like after auditing this year's financials, we will be able to raise debt.
You should only look at debt.
Yeah, we are looking for that. Actually, the angel investor which is interested in our model, he is also like we will be not providing complete equity, it will be debt plus equity. So we are interested in that.
Okay.
If not debt, preference share is also an option for you. I mean,
Yeah, it's option.
they don't lose the ownership. If it is so lucrative, so unfortunately I have also done a due diligence, so I also cannot speak much. So we personally are in waste recycling.
Okay.
Yeah, so it will be conflict of interest, but if it is so lucrative, I think you are missing out on looking at MPCB norms, MPCB or CPCB norms. Okay, you're not looking at it correctly. But as I said, we ourselves are waste recyclers, so it's not it will be conflict of interest if I speak to you. But what you are saying, single bidder is considered in e-waste. So I think you are not very clear on the information.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to be very, very clear. So I can tell you the officers whom you can meet.
That can be very helpful.
So I'll tell you the officers you can
Great,
meet.
thanks.
Okay.
So you mentioned about MPCB norms. We are authorized e-waste recycler by MPCB.
Correct. So you said single bidder cannot give. When ma'am asked you a question, you said they cannot give it to single bidder. It is not like that.
Maybe there must be some problem because in Nagpur district court where we applied, the problem that we faced over there was this. Then what we did, we asked one of our suppliers in Gujarat, Galaxy Recycling. We asked him, can you help us? Just give a written confirmation that you are interested in this bid and bid below our price.
Okay.
And that's how we do this. But doing this thing again and again makes it.
No. See, I'll explain you how it is. See, the entire concept of car recycling, waste car recycling and e-waste recycling is based on a single bidder concept.
Okay.
Now, car recycling, suppose if we talk about Pune, they are planning to cater a vicinity of 250 kilometers, correct? So obviously it will be only one facility that will be put up,
Right.
correct? So it will any which ways go to the single bidder, whether he picks up the old cars from government or whether he picks up private cars. Same is for e-waste recycling. So you just need to be very clear about the norms. I think you haven't
We'll have to check
studied
that
them. Yeah, we can discuss it at a separate.
Sure, great.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Most of the municipalities, they are looking for the, right kind of e-waste vendors. So even I don't think that being a single bidder is an issue at all, not at all.
If you all can connect me with someone good, then that will be great.
Yeah. So
And also, these government departments are the biggest consumer of the printer cartridges and printing services. So I was
absolutely. And in fact, if you're Startup India registered, right?
Yes,
DPIIT.
Yeah.
So, and I've seen your slide that you are registered with a lot of incubations. So I think they also will guide you rightly because government offices itself will give you, this kind of help and support. Because, if you are registered under all these, I saw the government incubations also. And even if you are from Mumbai, you can take Rambhav Malgi Prabodhini, that is AIC, that is at Uttam, near Bhainder. It is the main Atal incubation. So, if you take their help, they are the all right connects for you actually. Okay?
So you rightly said, like, biggest consumer of the printer cartridge is government, because we just before coming here we had a look over the GEM portal where the procurement of the
Are
raw
you
material-
registered on GEM portal?
We have started the registration process. The
Yeah.
vendor assessment is somewhere we are lacking behind, so that's it taking
It's
a lot
very
of time.
easy now. If you have any problem, I will recommend you to, some officer there. They will sit with you and they will get you registered on GEM, because on GEM you will find a great business for this particular thing.
Rightly, like
Yeah.
for in the past 30 days, 1,50,000 cartridges were bought from the same portal.
What I will suggest you is, if you happen to go to Delhi, जाके I will give you a name and number, जाके बैठो और GEM का registration करके आओ, so that you become the authorized for the GEM and Government of India. यहाँ पे भी है, पर अभी बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स को एक्चुअली इशू आता है. वी मेट इन स्टार्टअप महाकुंभ ऑल्सो, सो वहाँ पे ही हम एक्चुअली पूरा सेटअप लगाया हुआ था जेम का. Yeah, we've been part of GEM, so whatever you need help for GEM, we will certainly give.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, God bless.
Okay, thank you.
A quote that goes aptly here is reuse the past, recycle the present, and save the future. Printer cartridge might seem like a small thing, but it has a significant impact on carbon footprint. Thank you for coming up with a great idea. Last but not the least, we have Mavericks air turbine for military usage. Is the team present over here? Okay, are you guys ready? All over.
Why is the public so silent, sir? Oh, no. No, are we boring you that much?
I have an idea. चलो सब लोग एक बार खड़े हो जाओ. Okay? Let's do one small exercise of हास्य yoga. How is that? चलो. Ha ha ha. थोड़ा सा जिंगल, थोड़ा सा अपने आप को हिलाओ. दर्द डिस्को करो थोड़ा सा. ओके, गुड गुड. शाहरुख खान बनो एक बार, मैं हूं ना. ओके, थैंक यू.
No, see, actually, we have wakened them up to see your presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We are thankful to you, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, please start. Please start.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. Our venture is for Avante Technology. We are a defense-based and aerospace-based startup where we develop indigenous micro gas turbine. Let me give a quick introduction about.
Can we have silence, please?
Yeah. Okay, so good evening, everyone. We are, so venture is for Avante Technology. We are a defense and aerospace-based startup where we develop indigenous micro gas turbine. Let me give a quick introduction about what our micro gas turbines are. We all are seen like the flying of an aeroplane, right? So have you ever wondered how when aeroplane gets up power to propel forward? Well, the answer is due to the presence of jet engines. These jet engines in an aeroplane provides an power for an aircraft to propel forward. The compact and scalable version of these jet engines are nothing but micro gas turbines. So the applications of these can be seen in UAVs, jetpacks, and missiles. So the combination of 4 to 5 of these miniaturized jet engines can be integrated to achieve a jetpack. Jetpack is a vertical takeoff and landing device for a human. The pain point here is due to unavailability of these micro gas turbines, we in India, we lack in the development of jetpacks, UAVs and missiles, which are very crucial for our Indian defense sector. Our Indian defense sector is in need of small and efficient solutions, which plays a vital role during a wartime. So let's talk about the cost. To import a single micro gas turbine, it costs us around 30 to 50 lakhs, depending on the thrust it can produce. So it is very expensive to import, and it comes with what? With a fuel inefficient and with a high carbon emission. So the solution here is we fabricate, design and develop a micro gas turbine in India, that is indigenously. So for every country's self-reliance is very important. We can see it in the example of Russia and Ukraine war, where Russia has received lots of sanctions due to the war. So we will be making an impact towards the self-reliance of an Indian defense sector. And it also comes with an overall reduction in 50 to 70% of the manufacturing cost. And it comes with an improved fuel efficient and also low carbon emission, because this can be operated on syngas or natural gas biofuel, including propane and butane. By all this means, we impact on the Indian defense sector, because these micro gas turbines are the crucial component in the development of jetpacks, missiles and UAVs. We can see it in the example of Airbus and DRDO. They are utilizing the micro gas turbines in the UAVs and cruise missile.
Yeah, when it comes to the market, India alone needs 15,000 to 16,000 of these microjet engines in next 5 to 6 years. This we got to know while interacting with Dr. J.J. Isaac, who was a former acting director at National Aeronautics Limited. And increase in applications in unmanned aerial vehicles like nothing but bigger drones, missiles, jetpacks, remote power generation. These are the few major factors that are responsible for the substantial growth in this domain. And like Make in India, a global drone hub, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India, these are the few positive and supportive ecosystems which are there in India right now. When it comes to business model, we are mainly focusing on this B2B business model, where our customers are in the segment of military and defense sectors. In military and defense, there are two categories. One is government agencies like DRDO, HAL, National Aeronautics Limited, ADE, Gas Turbine Research Establishment, and private aerospace and maritime industries like who manufactures unmanned aerial vehicles, unmanned water vehicles, and jetpacks, missiles, etc. Apart from these applications, these micro gas turbines are used in engineering and polytechnic institutes for teaching and training purposes. For example, in our college, BMS College of Engineering, they are trying to procure a micro gas turbine, but they are ready to pay anywhere between 20 lakhs to 40 lakhs for one engine. And then military and civilian application to generate electricity in remote areas. Usually people are military people who don't have access to electrical grids. Initially, our revenue generation will be through educational institutes, and our product will be placed in a price range of 15 lakhs to 25 lakh rupees, depending on the features and specification according to the needs of institutes. And by the end of this year, we are planning to sell at least five engines, so that we can generate a revenue anywhere between 75 lakhs to 1.25 crore rupees. Simultaneously, we will be also working to collaborate with government agencies, private aerospace and maritime industries, and we will also offer design and simulation services.
So at Avanti Technology, we provide cost-effective and adaptive to the various types of fuel, like as I mentioned earlier, and with a fuel efficient, and it is an in-house product. And we differ from other competitors based on the cost effective for the buyers, and it is a fuel efficient product, and it can be compact and scalable depending on the requirements of the customer. And also we are going to implement the casting manufacturing technology instead of a conventional contouring machining, so that we can increase the durability of the components. So these are next 6 to 8 months roadmap. So we have been working on this idea from past 1.5 years, and we have achieved the prototype. And here is the video. So when we presented this idea in front of our professors, they laughed at us. They were like, no, you guys can't do this because it needs a huge amount of precision manufacturing, and it is very complicated. And in India, we have technologies, but not the techniques. So then what we did, we took off from the college for 2 months. And we went to the Pune industrial area, it's in Bangalore, and we fabricated the prototype. And when we placed this in front of our professors, they became our mentors now. So we are a team of 3 engineers, and myself and Bhumika, we are from aerospace background, and Bhuvan is from mechanical background. And we have 2 technical advisors, Nandra sir and Dilip Marthi sir, and also with business advisory, Arbaz Yasin and Balkrishna sir and Naveen sir are our industrial experts, who are again founders of Rock Tools and Tug Tools. And we have been incubated at IIM NSRCL. So we have received grants from MIT and IIMBI and from big foundations. And our mission is to provide high quality, affordable micro gas turbines and its solution to the community of aerospace and our Indian defense sector. So thank you for listening to the pitch. Thank you.
Do you have your third partner, Bhumika, right? Her
Yes,
name?
yes, sir.
Is she there?
No, she's from Jammu, so she went to a native right now.
I will not ask you any question. I will really salute you for what you have done. I am very honest.
Thank you.
I really had goosebumps. I am not entitled or, to question you. I really have goosebumps. What you guys have done as engineers, and you are the only team who have presented as a team together. I mean, hats off to what you have done as engineers. I can really relate to it.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
While watching your presentation, every now and then actually I felt you are actually India's pride. देश को आप पे अभिमान है, और मैं आप जब प्रेजेंटेशन कर रहे थे तो मेरे दिमाग में यही बात चल रही थी कि स्टार्टअप महाकुंभ के अगर आप हिस्सा होते तो आपको प्रधानमंत्री जी खुद जरूर मिलने आते, क्योंकि he loves this technology, he loves anything which is like so related to defense, drones, and apps Indianized and Bharat. I mean देखो हम अब भारत को ब्रांड बनाने वाले हैं. So I was having a thought कि जैसे भारत ने, इंडिया ने Rafales जैसे हमने लिया, for example. So to tell you, I was a flying director at Brampton Flying School at Canada. Great. So Cessna 340 was I used to, so I think your slide and the work what you have done is extraordinary. So with DRDO and with defense and any help from Delhi particularly, I would be very happy. Here also with Southern Command, I can connect you.
Surely we'll approach you, ma'am,
Yeah, with the chief here, I can straight connect you, both of you, to them. So that.
Thank you very much.
And artists, congratulations.
Thank you.
You are brilliant, outstanding.
Thank you.
Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Excellent. I think there was a report few days back in the newspaper wherein India as a country is trying to produce the jet engines,
Jet engines,
right?
yeah.
There was a report.
Kaveri engine.
Yeah. So what you have developed, a prototype, if you really can make it a reality, I think
So,
nothing to stop you.
on that, yeah. Yes, sir, true.
What do you think is your challenge between the prototype to the reality?
Yeah, so the first thing what I want to say is about the precision manufacturing.
Keep it a little closer.
Yeah, okay. The first thing I wanted to mention about is the precision manufacturing.
Yeah.
Because in India, we do have technologies, but not the techniques. That's what we learned from the Pune industrial area. And we worked on discovering the techniques, like watching on the YouTubes and because those are the same machines. But here we don't have the skill. So we read lots of articles and we gone through lots of, trial and error. And then we were able to come up with a prototype. So the first thing would be the precision manufacturing, because it needs a tolerance of 0.2 to 0.4 mm.
Right.
If say there's an extra, like say 0.5 mm tolerance, like a gap, so the engine stops, so it won't run. So yeah, that would be our major challenge.
Who manufactures this in the world?
Sorry?
Who manufactures these kind of engines in the world?
Yeah, so while talking about that, we have JetCat and PBS Aerospace in the global. So in India, right now the startups are emerging. So one of the example is their technology, and then they are like Aero Strovilos, yeah, something like that. So
Okay.
they are trying to bring it into reality.
Great. My good wishes to you, and
you, sir.
in case if you want to reach out to anybody in the defense, Major General R.K. Raina is on my board of directors. So you can reach out to me, and whatever help you require,
Yeah.
I'll get you connected.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
What fund you are raising?
Sorry?
What fund you are raising? How much?
So, ma'am, we have planned to make our one plant, like a manufacturing plant.
Manufacturing
Yeah.
plant.
So, for that, we have to buy like few machineries like VMC, CNC. So, those slides I haven't included here. So, overall, like per machine, it costs around 30 to 50 lakh. So, with one, we can manage. So it will be around, like, say, for now, we are looking for like 1 crore.
With this manufacturing facility, you are looking where, in which city?
In Bangalore. It's in Bangalore, Pune Industries. Pune Industrial area.
So once you have this manufacturing facility,
Yeah, we can do mass production, and the cost will be reduced more.
okay.
Yeah.
And so besides that, you have no other, no other costs or no other.
No, we do have, ma'am. So we are also planning on like offering a design and simulation solutions, and then simultaneously we want to scale up this engine so that it can be utilized in a, say, a bigger utilization. Like, say, it can be able to produce 4,000 newtons of thrust. This engine can produce just 200 newtons, like 200, 400, and then 4,000. Yeah, depending on like that.
It's nothing but if you produce a bigger thrust producing engines, so that we can lift more number of payloads.
Exactly, yeah, ma'am.
Right. And why you are targeting only 5, target to sell 5 product by the end of 2024?
Ma'am, yeah, because it's too complicated. We just for the calculations for this prototype, it took us almost 6 months. Though I'm in the background of aerospace engineering, so to achieve the tolerance level and the design CAD and CAM and the simulations, so it is very difficult. So for that reason, we are planning to sell at least 5.
Minimum 5.
Yeah, at least 5. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because you mentioned about castings,
Yeah.
there's one Dr. Murli Cherat, who is also a personal mentor to me. They have the finest foundry making castings in Coimbatore.
Like the investment casting, sir?
Not investment castings, they are making the SGIN castings.
Okay.
So I would not know what kind of castings do you require, but once you should meet him in Bangalore. I think he is an engineer to the core.
Yeah.
And I think,
Surely, sir, we'll meet.
sir, with your permission, these guys really deserve a standing ovation, a round of applause.
So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Commendable presentation, excellent engineering, and an even more wonderful idea. Your dedication to make contribution to the defense is truly appreciated. We hope your prototype becomes the reality. Thank you so much, and a big round of applause for these guys.
Magnificent presentation made by our worthy finalists. Once again, may we have a round of applause for all of them.
We would now like to present to you an AV that encapsulates the spirit of IndiaPreneur. May we have the AV, please? Thank you. Moving on, now we proceed to hear some precious words of wisdom from our finale judges.
Mr. Rohit Dubey Patil, a design thinking professional, is managing director of 4 innovative companies, which champion concepts like asset light and knowledge heavy and design thinking. Sir is a seasoned director with a proven track record of overseeing business activities and optimizing overall functions, recognized as a decisive decision maker and adept client relationship building.
He is an exceptional multitasker with focus on leveraging strong time management and conflict resolution skills to enhance efficiencies. He demonstrates a positive attitude and effective leadership skills, fostering successful team environments at all companies: Senji Biochem Private Limited, Aura Nutrichem, Kavita Biotech Instrumental, in setting the vision, strategy, and values.
The hallmark of Sir's training session is a design thinking approach emphasizing innovation, detail-oriented strategies, impactful communication, critical thinking, a growth mindset, and a spiritual development. Please join us in welcoming Director Aura Nutrichem Private Limited, Mr. Rohit Dubey Patil.
Over to you, sir.
Namaskar. Now, what do I speak after this, sir? I mean, it's not fair. You let ma'am speak before all these stalwarts, and then now you are asking us to speak. I mean, I don't know. I don't have words to thank Dr. Raheja more than this. Sir, thank you so much for inviting me. It's an honor. I mean, with the last presentation, almost all 3 judges had goosebumps. I mean, the way these guys presented. It has been a wonderful 3-hour session. Generally, I always used to think the most relaxing 3 hours is when you watch a movie. But these are much better relaxing 3 hours that we have spent. And spent in an institute which has one word extra than India. Indira has only that R extra. and that R, I think, stands for revolution, what I can see here. And I never knew it would be such a fantastic competition. And one thing before I leave this stage, I will commit, and that kind of relationship I think I share with Raheja sir. Next year, the first prize will be sponsored by Ora Nutrichem Private Limited for this competition. If we go away from here without sponsoring that prize, I think the team back in Ora Nutrichem, two of them sitting here, will not take me back in Ora Nutrichem. Seriously, it has been a wonderful journey. Prayag and me always used to speak when Prime Minister Modi or Mr. Tata, when they speak about youth power. What is that youth power? Today we could see the way these guys have presented, each one of them. You can, very well consider me to screen all 180 teams next year, because that is something that we do. By the way, I don't know how many of you know, one of the best science conference, natural specialty ingredients conference, is sponsored by our company, and it is Dr. Raheja's daughter Arikta who conceived and came up with this idea. She deserves a big round of applause. Sometime you should see, sir, it's an honor to be a father of such a daughter. She's a very cute daughter. She was interning with us when she came up with this idea. And literally within 2 months, I think we pulled the idea. And that was with Narsi Monji Institute. Sir, we thought, how to make a conference very lively. And Arikta, Ashish, Prayag and me, we were traveling back from Mumbai. I was driving the car and it was almost 11:30, 12 in the midnight. And I said, all science conferences have a problem. What is that? And Arikta said, sir, खाने के बाद लोग सो जाते हैं. वो problem है. तो हम क्या करें? She said, sir, you are a design thinker, come up with some idea. मैंने कहा, Bollywood से host बुलाए क्या? 3 of them started looking at me. 12 in the midnight, we called the principal. And she was like, 12 बजे आप मुझे ये पूछ रहे हो कि बॉलीवुड के होस्ट को साइंस कॉन्फ्रेंस में बुलाओगे, डिग्निटी का क्या होगा? मैंने कहा, बंदे सो जाएंगे तो साइंस का क्या होगा? So we got NSIC 1.0 in March 2023. It was a big hit. But sir, I'll very honestly tell you, after looking at this, you have raised bars for us so much that NSIC 2025, which is coming, now, my legs are shivering. If I have to call someone of you, we'll have to really work very, very hard. I'm very happy to attend this event. Indira College has been, my association with Pune never has been for education, but Indira College association is when we used to take this road from Ahmednagar to Lonavala. We used to see the institute and we used to be very happy. But it's an honor, it's a pride to come to this institute. I know your director very well, and I think your director is, आम्ही मराठीमध्ये त्याला म्हणतो, ऊर्जेचा स्रोत आहे. She is a source of energy. Whoever meets her is always mesmerized by the enchanting ideas and the energy that the lady carries. So I think a big round of applause for the lady as well. I would really want to know, sir, the brain and the team behind this IndiaPreneur. If we could get them for a moment here, whoever has worked very hard for this IndiaPreneur 13.0, I would personally like, for everybody to really give them a standing ovation. And then yeah. So sir, you have to come here. So please, it's a request. Sir, it's a team. Sir, I'll tell you something. Back in our company, Arikta knows it, his daughter, We categorize our employees as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. We have something called as a BVM category. Brahma is the innovators, the brain. Vishnu is the regular work doers. And Maheshas are, taking out all the redundant policies. So as Brahma, you have to be on the stage to accept, we bowing down. Please, sir, please. Please, if you... Okay. So, sir, that's a commitment. Whenever we give the prize, along with him, let's have the team here. Thank you so much for inviting me. And then again, whenever you call me again, I will definitely come. Or अगले साल का प्राइज सर हमसे रहा. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you, sir, for your words. At this stage, I would love to quote Steve Jobs. The only way to do great work is love what you do. Thank you for being a live example of this, Rohit, sir.
Moving ahead, we now would like to give a detailed introduction of Mr. Ashish Sardesai, CEO and co-founder Viosa Learning. Sir comes with 27 years of experience in various corporate sectors. He is an MBA from Pune University 1995 batch. Sir started his career as a sales representative with Novino Panasonic. In the last 25 years, he had the opportunity to establish Tata AIA, Edelweiss, Max Life, and many other companies in India.
He is a successful startup consultant as well. His startup Viosa has achieved a valuation of $4 million in 12 months. And the other one, 10 million USD in 24 months. He has worked with thousands of team members across the globe and is very passionate about startup mentoring and guiding students to kickstart their professional careers. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for co-founder Viosa Learning, Mr. Ashish Sardesai. Over to you, sir.
Thank you for such a detailed introduction. I had also forgotten what I did for so many years. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. Thank you, Raja sir. Thank you, Mari sir. Thank you, Tausif and team for inviting me here. Very encouraging startups which have come here and presented. I think, guys, it's an inspiration to each one of you. The purpose of this particular event, according to me, should be an inspiration to each one of you to follow your passion, to create something which is meaningful, and to excel in what you're doing. So, not necessarily, if you see the founders, all of them who came here and presented, wonderful job done, guys, wonderful. Look how passionate they were. Not necessarily each one of you would become a startup founder, but you are going to embark on your professional journey. It is the passion that is going to make you successful in your journey. So if there are some of the takeaways, I think it's that involvement, it's that deep attachment to what you're going to doing and what you're going to do is more important. Apart from that, I would like to say that as a startup founder, after a journey of 2 startups at the age of 55, and one of the startup achieving 100 crores valuation in a span of 3 years, second one achieving 50 crores. There are only 3 takeaways that I would want to bring out and give it to you, to all those budding startup. Maybe next year we would see some of you coming out with your own ideas, with your own innovations. One is that each one of you, whoever has got involved in this entire journey, put the customer first in your entire proposition. That's one. Second, if you are convinced what you are doing is good, there's no looking back. If you embark on an entrepreneur journey, it is not like a trial and error. It is something that if you start, you take it to a successful end. You will have to be open, you will have to be adaptable, you will have to have a lot of innovations. all of you, what product you are creating, maybe 2 years down the line, there would be so many new features coming into it, which you may have not anticipated now. But I think that journey of accepting the change in any startup incubation is the most important part of it. That's the second. Third, very importantly, 24 hours of work is less when you are doing your own startup or when you are onto your entrepreneurial journey. 24 hours is less. You'll have to think about how can you contribute more in every hour of that time which is available to you. This also is very true for each one of you who are going to get into your professional careers. With that, I think, thank you, sir. It was a wonderful experience for all of us. And thanks to each one of you who presented today. Taking a cue from sir, since you have already taken the first spot to sponsor the prize, we also will do the second one. I couldn't do it for the first one, but I'm inspired, and I would love to work with Mr. Raheja and Dr. Mali and Dr. Raheja to see how we can contribute in creating this entire event as an accelerator and move into that direction. It's been a pleasure always whenever I meet Chetan sir. His enthusiasm is very, very infectious. So thank you, sir, and thanks to each one of you. Wish you good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views with us. Moving ahead, after visualizing the presentations of IndiaPreneur 3.0 and judges' feedback, we can conclude with a saying by Jimmy Johnson: the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. I hope this was evident to everyone present here.
Finally, the moment you have all been waiting for has arrived. We now invite the esteemed dignitaries to join us on the stage for the prize distribution ceremony.
Hello. Can we have the name for the second runner-up team?
All right. So can we have the organizing team, please? Okay.
So Ashish sir, can I request you to take up the second
Okay.
runner-up?
Okay, sure. Thank you. Okay. This is for the second runner-up. Yeah. Any guess? Any guess? Second runner-up?
Actually, they're all over. By the time they come to the first runner-up, some narrow lines that market.
Okay. So the second runner-up is Team Moor Open Cattle Health.
The second runner-up team gets a cash prize of 20,000 rupees. Can we please request you to stay back for the group picture towards the end?
Can we have the name for the first runner-up team?
Right, sir.
Okay. So first runner-up, any guesses? So we'll give first prize to whoever guesses good. So the first runner-up is TGP Bioplast Sangli.
Congratulations, guys. The first runner-up gets a cash prize of 30,000 rupees.
So, it's time to announce the winning team for IndiaPreneur 2024.
So what is the guess? So it's Maverick Air Turbine.
And the winning team gets a cash prize of 50,000 rupees, a fully feature-loaded laptop and scintillating IndiaPreneur trophy.
Congratulations to all the winners. We are truly impressed by your talent and dedication. We request you all to please come up for a group photograph.
Yeah, come this side.
Can I have the entire ISBS PGDM faculty team on the stage, please, along with the, we'll have a photo op with all the winners. All the faculty members. Yeah, please. I think little double roll, falafel. Yes, ma'am. Aye. All Unity and Universe campus put together, the entire faculty team, request you all to be on the stage. May I request all the students to please maintain decorum? I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
We request everyone to stay back. So,
We request the dignitaries to
please stay back to
for
take a group picture with the core team. Yes, sir.
Yes. It's time to have on the stage the core team of IndiaPreneur 2024. These guys are the reason we could put up this monumental saga for everyone to witness. From registration to looking after participants and putting up a great event. These guys did it all. Kudos to you guys. Can we have you on the stage, please? We would also like to invite Chetan Vakalkar sir and Tejaswini ma'am for a picture.
It was nice meeting you.
Me too, indeed a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I request everyone to please settle down. Now we invite Dr. Shikha Sindhu, Deputy Director, ISBS PGDM, to deliver the vote of thanks. Ma'am, can we have you over here? Over to you, ma'am.
You both did a great job, huh? Itna pin drop silence, okay? Thank you. In the realms of startup, courage ignites the spark. Bold heart embark on journeys so dark. Fear may whisper, but passion roars. In the arena of dreams, we dare to soar. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. And today, as we conclude IndiaPreneur 2024, let us celebrate the boldness and dedication of these young entrepreneurs who dare to dream, dare to innovate, and dare to enter into the world of startups. What a wonderful day it has been. It's my absolute privilege as I stand here today to extend the vote of thanks. I extend heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest and finale judge, Ms. Sharmila Oswal, the Millet Woman of India. Ma'am, we are so proud of you, and what an inspirational session you gave today. You might not know, but I told ma'am that I felt like abhi border pe bhej do and I'm ready for the battle. Thank you, ma'am, for being, the wonderful person that you are. My thanks to our other finale judges, Mr. Rohit Dubey Patil, Director, Ora Nutrichem Private Limited, and Mr. Ashish Sardesai, CEO and co-founder, Vyavsa Learning. Thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule and be with us today. It means so much to us. Our semi-finale judges are not with us right now at the moment, but we are of course indebted to them for their support, for helping us in the entire process, and for giving us 5 wonderful finalists. A very big thanks to all the participating teams. I'm quoting what my students were saying earlier. This event is what it is because of zestful entrepreneurs like you. You're not traveling to Pune, coming out of your comfort zone, and giving your best in an unfamiliar setting. It requires a lot of willingness and honest efforts. Thank you so much for taking these efforts. We truly appreciate. The organizing team led by Dr. Tejaswini Shevte. Tejaswini ma'am, where are you? Just come here. We want everybody to see you. So the organizing team led by Dr. Tejaswini Shevte has done a wonderful job, and I'm sure you all would agree with me. There are many students' committees led by different faculty in charges and staff members. There is such an active involvement of IGI branding team to make IndiaPreneur a success. I mean, you all have been incredibly supportive. Thank you so much. Kumendra sir, because of the way you guide us, the attention to details that you have, and the way you handhold us in everything that we do, we know that we have it in us to uphold any benchmark. Thank you, sir. Chetan sir, you are the concept owner of IndiaPreneur. This platform belongs to you, so thank you so much for creating IndiaPreneur. We are only trying to take your legacy forward. Thank you, Chetan sir. Mali sir, not here in the auditorium right now, but such an important person, because we know that whenever we get stuck, we can reach out to sir and he would have our back. So thanks to him for just being him. Madhuri ma'am, thank you so much. I mean, aapko to kitna thanks bol sakte hain hum. Thank you so much. Our chairperson and chief mentor, Dr. Tarita Shankar, could not make it to the event today. But whatever we achieve at Indira, we truly owe it to ma'am, and we try our level best to uphold her philosophy of achieving excellence with empathy. Thanks to our event partners, CII, Young India, Pune Open Coffee Club, AIC RNTU, Vyavsa, Finlytics, Cultino, and Viral Fission. Also to our mentors of IndiaPreneur, Kirti sir, Jay sir, Chanakya Joshi sir, and Vikas Dhawan sir. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being a wonderful audience. Once again, big congratulations to all the winners. A very honest confession, when I was writing this thank you note, I used the word budding entrepreneurs, but then I sat here and I was, sat through your presentation and I cut the word budding and I was like, oh my God, there's nothing budding about them. They are already there. They have so much clarity about what they want to achieve, what they are doing, who they want to be, and they're already on that road. I kind of question myself, what am I doing with my life? So that kind of inspiration you all were. Thank you so much for being you. Keep inspiring others and give confidence to others that dreams do come true. Thanks a lot.
That question is that Shikaman just said, what am I doing with my life? Frankly, these students are sitting just because we are making sure that we're living this life. We're making sure that these students are created into, are mentored, are motivated, and that's the reason possibly they were able to make to the stage. It is your chance now. And I'm sure many of you have started thinking about it, maybe next year or a year after that, you may be one of the entrepreneurs presenting your, not the business plan, like ma'am said, budding, no more budding, but a plan that you've already put in action. And I'm sure we will by then would have reached a stage that we would definitely be in a position to accelerate your journey. Right, sir? right? So we want 10 entries. That's what Ashish sir just told me, that we wanted to kind of take this to the next level. And believe me, we will work around. I've had a discussion with Mali sir also, Chetan sir into it, Ashish sir, I'm sure put together as an ecosystem, we'll definitely would want to take this competition from the level of competition to being a change maker, being a difference maker. Thank you so much once again.
This is Aditya Mehrotra.
And Diksha Vaksaude signing off.
We once again thank everyone who have come to motivate the participants during IndiaPreneur 13.0.
Until next year, keep dreaming, keep innovating, and keep pushing your boundaries. Thank you all. Participants are requested to report to room 205 for remaining formalities. Thank you so much.
And students are requested to be seated
Recording stopped.
the auditorium.
Thank you.